So good to see. I apologize for the technical difficulty, but we're here. We're back, and I have a special guest.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy you're here.
Well, that's the other thing is that you can't tell. See, you're a little cut off. Come this way. Yes, that's very good. This is my sister, Hannah Fons, and she is amazing. And it is Saturday night, and you were watching Quilt Nerd. And some of you may have seen a sneaky little post I posted today. Oh yeah, I have like kind of different hair.
Yeah.
I'm in New York City. I came to New York City. And here's the cool thing.
That's how we do.
What's that? What?
That is the global New York remark of pleasure, surprise, greeting.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
You're. It sounds like you're in like.
No, but you can't make it sound like you're in.
Like in
the holler.
In the holler.
It's more through the Bronx.
Yeah, that sounds a little Appalachian to me. But
yeah, exactly.
I'm probably. I mean, listen.
It's a little close to
I'm
that.
I'm probably bending it the wrong way.
Well,
It's like it's yo. It's yo.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'll get it. Little bit.
It's your. Y-E-R-R-R.
Okay. That's cool.
Keep trying to drink your wine. You need to move.
Oh yeah, and I'll move this. Okay, so Stephanie Cake, by the way, is joining us from Maryland. We're in the same time zone this time. Hey, Cake.
The same time zone. It's wondrous.
It's great. I have your picture. You have red headphones today. It's so good.
I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, so here's how it all worked out, everybody, and we're glad you're here, and we're gonna get into the content real quick because of we're late. But here's
we'll tack on a few minutes at the end.
Oh yeah,
I mean, get your money's worth.
You're gonna get your money's worth. And here's what happened. So the big surprise, I was like, I want to have Hannah on for anniversary week, which is technically next week, which makes a year of doing this show. And we have giveaways to do. I'm gonna give away a quilt. I'm gonna give away Iowa.
Did you make it?
No. Women in Nepal made it to give to help raise money for their community. It's amazing. Quilts for Kids Nepal. It's awesome. And I'm going to give away the quilt, and we're going to give away stuff from the Iowa Quilt Museum, and we're going to give away a beautiful scarf, and anyway, from the International Quilt Museum. And I was like, and I've got other treats. And I said, how about I go to New York and come and be live from New York City with Hannah instead of just having you on an anniversary week show? Why don't we come live from New York City?
And bring the show
to you.
Yeah.
But when I was like, I could fly in on Monday, set up, we can do the show on Tuesday night, I'll get out of your hair. And you were like, no, why don't you come on Friday and we can have the weekend? And I was like, you have to be on 2 shows then. And you were like, that's okay.
That's a damn shame.
Don't forget to speak up. You gotta speak
That's
up.
a damn shame.
There you go. And then you've got control of the soundboard. And so we're here. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We're starting anniversary week early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay. So how is everybody? We've got lots of people here in chat. We've got...
I've heard that from rednecks too. That you're...
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. It's oh, you know what? I was thinking about kids. I was looking at kids' books with quilts in them because I did a thing for Quilt Folk about that. And, you know, the prevailing, like the dominant metaphor for America is really not the melting pot anymore. It's the patchwork quilt. The predominant metaphor for because it's really not melted too good a lot of the time.
I mean, it never really was. I think a quilt metaphor, it just works better because it's still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally, for my temperament and outlook, I think I like the idea of a patchwork quilt more so than a melting pot. I do not want to be fondue.
I don't want to be fondue.
But I would like to join with other little pieces to give comfort and
Precisely.
You know, yeah.
You'd be calico, not cubes of cheese.
No.
No. So okay.
Don't abuse it.
everybody, so Hani is here, Court Quilts is here. Oh, Court Quilt says, Hannah, you are the gorgeous face I'm thrilled to see with your equally gorgeous cool sis. Nice to see you here.
Well,
now,
damn.
I mean,
Oh.
maybe some of that.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
no.
inappropriate. Oh, but no, because we're in New York.
Yeah. That's Hannah's high horn.
I insisted on it. I was like,
You
why do
did.
you not? How can you not have one of these?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
now we have it. So, if nothing else, that's been my contribution to Quilt Nerd.
And it's called the Nan horn on the
The Nan
soundboard. I didn't have the jazz behind us.
Oh.
That's what was missing from the intro. So I just want my great cat says New York City. Penny Catherine is here, and my great cats. Yeah, oh yeah, those were the issues. And now I'm going back up and seeing the problems before. But Kenny's here, and Jan, and Bonnie, and Saucy Stitcher, and Myra, and ensue and Padma, and Mix.
I remember these names from
Yes.
last time.
Yes, you do. They're fine people. Fine people. Joyce Fibers is here, a nun maker, Little Bird Stitch, L Riggs. Everybody's here.
Nice.
So because we're getting a little bit later start, I'm not going to go through too many. Pen Burrito, live from New York. It's Saturday night. Pen Burrito says you got to say it. Live from New York. It's Saturday night. So, anyways, so I got some information from Hannah, because we like to start the show with an intro quilt. We start with the show with an intro quilt. Yeah. Did you say dope?
No, I said yeah. I know.
Okay.
Go on. Keep going.
Go on.
Don't mind.
Yeah. And so I was like, hey Hannah, give me a year. Pick a year.
Oh, that's what that was for. You didn't tell me what you were doing.
No, didn't say. And I was like, pick a year between 1900 and 1950. And Hannah paused. And she said, 1928. And I was like, great. So I went to my files. Let's get small, Hannah. You ready to get small?
I'm gonna be small.
Help, we're small.
We're so small.
We're so small. We're small. So I went to my files and I found a quilt from 1928. And it's not this one.
Oh, I've been enjoying this one.
I know, and this is what intro quilt made it happen, but this is what I finally chose. This is the quilt that I have in my files that is from 1928. I didn't really love it for us. I didn't
Okay, so
love it for us. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Love a sunbonnet too.
Yeah,
But, I mean,
it leaves
I
me cold.
can't.
It leaves me cold.
it leaves you cold. It leaves me cold too. I couldn't open with that in New York City. I mean, I know there are probably like sunbonnet Sue like clubs and like places you can hang out.
I mean,
if
that
you're, like,
literally
in-
looks like a street scene in Bushwick, Brooklyn. I know, like I've seen that outfit.
It looks a little cultish, right? A little bit like it's a cult or something.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay. I don't know.
I mean, to be frank, I never loved Sunbonnet Sue. To be perfectly honest, I never even liked her.
I don't like her either.
Does she
I'm
have a
sorry.
consort?
Does she have a consort?
Yes. Is there like a, trucker cap?
Oh
pod
yeah,
to
yeah,
go with
yeah.
Sunbonnet Sue?
Yeah, there is. There's what's his name? Overall Bill.
Overall, Sam.
Overall Sam. She's got a few.
Oh,
Look, now you gotta do that.
Oh yeah, Fisherman Fred also.
Sorry?
I always thought that he was her brother, but I
Just
believe
light
Hannah
touch.
Mary Fons called him her lover.
Mom called Overall Sam her lover. Oh, that's so gross.
Said they were siblings.
Yeah. Mom, they're not lovers. That's a word I don't like.
No.
I just
no.
No, I don't like it. So Sunbonnet Sam. Okay, Sunbonnet Sam. The bonnets look like clogs. That's great.
Oh my God, they do.
And Robinson S says the Sunbonnet Sue layout is kind of cool, and you know what? It is. It is actually kind of cool, and the quilting is really pretty fine and beautiful. And this is a quilt that's at the Quilt Museum in Lincoln. Is that true? Actually, no. I'm not sure. I can't say that for sure. But it's by Saley Byler White, and it was made in 1928. Okay, so I fulfilled your 1928 request.
Cool.
But then I was like, I can't do that. I thought this was a little bit more like New York.
Yeah.
And a little bit more, appropriate for Hannah. So,
Is this also 1928?
no, this I actually don't know the year on it. I had to do this quickly, but this is a quilt from Rod Kirikoff's book,
Okay.
Unconventional and Unexpected, and we were talking about him earlier today, and I thought it would make sense to show this. So this is satin, by the way.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
how
I was
cool is that?
Gonna ask about the sheen.
Yeah, it's got a sheen, and it's got this little embroidered rose in the middle.
Yep.
It's great. Now, if I had the book with me, I could tell you a little bit more about it. But for those of you who don't know the book that I'm talking about, it's Rod Kirikoff wrote Unconventional and Unexpected, which is now in its second edition. This is an amazing book.
Yeah.
It's so great. And it was such a cult hit with quilts like the one I just showed you. And many wonderful quilts, unconventional, unexpected quilts from this certain time period. It was really hard to find. And it went out of print. And you know, you could get a copy on eBay for like $300 or $400.
Jeez.
I know. So then Quilt Folk, Rod approached me and Quilt Folk to see if we were interested in republishing the book. And so you can see up there, second edition.
Yeah.
So second edition. So the reason that I picked this quilt from this book is because I had some cool images of it, including this, which is that's what a quilt looks like when it's getting a flat shot.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, it's very strange to, you know, like, what are we looking at? So we're looking at the camera is over, the quilt is on
It's
the
like-
floor.
Right, and the camera's here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's an overhead, this is an overhead shot, but that's, you know, a cement
Sure.
floor, and then you've got
I
your,
see.
I just thought it was kind of cool.
It's
Like, why
super
not
cool.
show it? I don't know if people can, it's probably backing up is probably better, but that's a quilt on the floor with the camera, the jib.
Yep,
The jib.
yep, yep.
I like the cut of your jib. And then I also have this really nice detail shot. And I thought it would be worth mentioning because Rod and I are both going to be at the Birmingham Quilt Festival in Birmingham, England. In like
Oh, so Birmingham, so not
Bir-
Alabama.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
No,
Got it.
not Bama.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Birmingham, England. So anybody who's in the UK, who's in the area, who wants to like come and hang out, Susanna is going to come. Pie. Steph is cake, so Susanna's pie.
Oh, right on.
And the little red panda, who's our unofficial mascot, is Scone. Scone. Is that the cutest name for a red panda?
It's pretty great.
It's pretty good. By the way, Lou is here.
Hey,
the
Lou.
amazing dog.
Hey, Lou.
We should get him on here.
Come here, Lou.
So the Birmingham Quilt Festival is the
Lou.
largest quilt festival in Europe, and I'll be giving a lecture, and Rod will be giving a lecture, and
So cool.
we helped produce an exhibit of these quilts from Unconventional and Unexpected.
And when is it?
It is August 18th through the 21st.
Oh, that's right, yes.
And so I'll be there, Rod will be there, Susanna's coming over. Oh, I know why that's interesting. Yeah, my mouse is connecting with that. That's fun. That's terrible. Anyway. So yeah, so everyone should come and yeah, and that's it. That's what I wanted to tell you. So that's a little unconventional and unexpected plug, I guess, for you. Okay. So now let's get on with things.
Indeed.
I thought we would. Oh, and I have. Well, yeah. I'm gonna show him the logo.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, do it.
Cake, are you ready for this? Well, you've seen it, but it's a big moment.
I can't wait to hear what people think.
Yeah, I know, me too. We got the logo. The logo has been done. The logo that you see there on the tote bag
Yep.
that you can purchase. These are the stickers that you can purchase in the Quilt Nerd merch store.
Fantastic.
I cobbled that together because
Yeah.
we
It
didn't.
looks cobbled, but in the best possible way.
Yes, it's very cobbled. So I've been doing my best with like Canva and just
Yep.
tube of
Bless it.
chapstick and a dance belt, and it's been a long
Yeah.
struggle. It took longer than I thought, simply because we scrapped the whole thing with the whole first concept. We had to scrap, but it is done. The logo is done, and I'm showing it to people right now, and it is right there.
Yes.
There it is. It's so good. Yeah. High porn. So Rohan is great. Yes, all of the things. Oh, and the applause. Isn't it great? You guys, it's so great.
It's
and
so
so there was back and forth, and Rohan was amazing, and he was wonderful, and there was lots of stuff happened. Eric got sick, and like there's,
Yeah.
but this is it, you guys. This
It's
is
good.
really, it's really good. And what part of what it is, look at that. Part of what it is like,
And the little, it's so good.
yeah, it's so good. And it looks a little fuzzy around the edges just because this is not the final, I mean, I had to...
I mean, only the
well,
leansiest
no,
bit.
but this is just the file. I mean, it's crystal clear. I mean, it's
Sure.
all of the things it needs to be. You know, it's beautiful. And so Rohan, one of the things he was working on, struggling with, hey, everybody's cheering, they love it. See, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, to have 2 stars on the outside edge, like, doesn't work.
Yeah.
But to have it right there, I mean, it
Oh.
really, yeah, check this out. Oh, wait, yeah. So pretty cool,
So
right?
good.
Perfect end, perfect backwards end.
Yep.
So keep quilts weird, you know? Quilt Nerd.
That's
All
good.
right, so that's part of the early anniversary week celebration too. Okay, so Hannah, here I have some awesome content, I think, for you.
Okay.
The first thing we're gonna do is look at, everybody likes it, that's great. Thanks for your patience, everybody, because it took a lot longer than I thought. It's worth, patience is a virtue.
Totally.
So,
Good logos ain't cheap. Cheap logos ain't good.
thank you.
Fast, cheap, or good. Gotta pick 2.
Fast, cheap, or good, you gotta pick 2.
Yep.
Cheap and fast, that's how I like it.
Oh, well, I mean, okay.
Okay.
But okay.
Yeah, whatever works. So I found this book. Yeah, it's probably not good because it's yellow. So it's
Oh.
The Quilts of Polynesia.
Available in front of me, will I see it?
No,
Okay.
because it's the green screen thing. Yeah, but I've got a picture of the book. And it is right here. Robin's Nest cheered. Okay, so here's the book that I have. This book. And when I saw it when I was looking for something else, which is how things happen. And I was like, wow, that looks a little bit like a Hawaiian quilt.
It does. That would be my first thought.
Exactly. But it is not. It is something different. But then I was like, do I know what Polynesia is? You know, and in fact, Hawaii is part of the
Yes.
Polynesia. And so one of the reasons I love looking at quilts, Hannah, is because I learn about the world. You know, I really learn, you know, about the world when I look at them. And we all kind of feel that way too. You know, it's one of the reasons we come here. So I thought we would look at this and see what these quilts are, because this isn't me presenting information. I'm not teaching you. I'm not teaching them. I want to know more. So I scanned in a bunch of stuff, and we've got a couple videos to look at, and that's it.
I want to talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it. Like to hear about it? Here goes. You know what I mean?
It goes.
You know what I
yes,
mean?
Absolutely.
Okay. So first of all, let us go here. So this is where we are, like, going. Okay. And I've got, you know, some Wikipedia stuff pulled up. What do you know about Polynesia? Like before we, you know, what is your sense of where it is? Tell me while I'm looking for the thing I need to find.
All right. So, and I say this with some trepidation.
Yeah.
But also, as a National Geographic Geography Bee champion from Iowa for 2 years running back in 1983 or whatever.
Yeah.
So Polynesia is an assemblage of a staggeringly big number of islands in, like, the South and, like, the Pacific Ocean, right? So there's Polynesia, there's Micronesia, there's Indonesia, but Melanesia is part of Polynesia, or not? No, because why would they call it Melanesia if it was not that?
Right.
So there are many Nesias, and they're assemblages of islands in South Pacific, thousands of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like even like New Zealand is included in Indonesia. Is it Polynesia? It's not Polynesia.
It is.
Yeah.
New Zealand is Polynesia,
Okay.
which is wild to me. I
Yeah.
didn't really know that. It's crazy. So, and it's really in the middle of the ocean. I mean, it's really.
How humans got there
I know.
to begin with
Yeah.
is staggering, because
Yeah.
it's like these islands were populated, you know, centuries or millennia ago, and it's like there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
It's just the sea.
Yeah. It's really out there.
Yeah.
Yes. And so
It's
there.
worth a trip because beautiful, but
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. And so the first thing we're going to do actually is we're going to look at this little video of these 2 kids. I mean, we're going to learn a little bit about the Cook Islands, which are part of Polynesia. So we're going to look at the quilts from in Polynesia. Tifai. I can't say it very well. We're going to listen to a woman actually say the word.
Pronounce it.
She's
I'll
from there.
listen closely.
Yes. But first, let's learn a little bit about where we are in the world. from these adorable kids. So this video is 12 minutes long. We're not watching the whole video. We're watching like the first 6 minutes of it. I laughed out loud. It is delightful. Okay.
I'll take.
Yeah.
Another thing about Live Paradise, there's enough for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. We should tell the whole world what we're like. So only the people who likes us will come. Yo, we don't want somebody to come on holiday by mistake.
They are really cute.
Get out.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I know. I'm gonna make it smaller. Just so that.
First we need to tell everyone who we are. Ready, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, surgical colonies.
Uncle Brian.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Here we are in the middle of the Pacific.
Look at that.
In Hawaii and New Zealand. Oh, click, click.
It's hilarious.
Click, 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 click.
See, they're like zoom in, zoom, zoom in, right?
Peekaboo. See, we're so hard to find.
Yeah.
No, we're not. There's direct flights from Sydney, Los Angeles, Auckland. People like to push their friends saying they were the first one here.
10 reasons to visit the Caribbean.
Where's the customers? We need some tourists over here. We should make an ad to tell them, Mate Taki, it's all good here, bro.
That's great.
Carana. Here are the top 10 reasons to come to the Cook Islands.
Oh, I'm coming.
Number 1, we're so friendly. Carana. And everyone makes the place so nice for you.
They're so sweet, right, Raffle? Right.
Don't just take it from me. Meet Brian. He's a tourist. He came in and celebrated his 21st with his cousins. He's having so much fun, he hasn't even left. Brian, how long have you been here? What do you love most about the Cook Islands?
What do you love most?
Well, words can't describe it.
It's literally the
Number 2,
funniest
just
thing.
like that famous island, Ireland.
It's just like,
Everywhere is green as.
Danny boy, the pipes are
We also like singing songs and do our own funny dancing.
going to Glen and down the mountainside.
Number 3, there's no crowds. Meet Terry, the strongest person in my village. She's so strong, she can tear this phone book in half. It's not that hard. Only 12,000 people live here.
12,000 people.
Okay.
I know, she did it.
As easy as a holiday in the Cook Islands.
Did the government of the Cook Islands make
Number
this?
4,
I don't know.
fresh food is cheap as. Kirana, auntie. Kirana. Check this out. You get this banana, these 2 avocado, all for $5.
Here, have another one. Take it for your mama.
Number 5, a rare natural beauty. My science teacher, Miss Bitey. Number 6, it's so easy to get anywhere. It's just 32 Ks around Rarotonga. Sonny here will demonstrate.
Gotcha.
Getting anywhere takes no time. From the plane landing to the beach, just 30 minutes. Oh, it's so stop for a haircut, bro. It's hardy as. Like an island, George Clooney. Number 7, there's heaps of stuff to do. We've got snorkeling, diving,
Okay,
lagoon tour,
okay. So
fishing.
I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna, Cake. I didn't actually send you the link to that, but I mean it's worth
We
watching.
need to throw that in there because
Yeah.
those kids
Yeah.
are global treasures.
They're really, really cute. They're really cute. So what I want to do now, because I wanted a sense of place, right? Like where are we, you know, and what are we looking at? So here is, this is 1 minute long, and actually let me grab the link for everybody. I'll just throw it in. It's probably easier for me to do it right now. So this is 1 minute and 12 seconds, and this is our intro to this kind of quilt, and then we'll take a look at the pictures. Okay. There's no words, no speaking. I want to go to these places. Like,
Yeah.
really. Like,
Oh wow, she cut that out like a paper
yep,
snowflake.
yep, exactly.
I'll be darned. Okay.
I mean,
She's like the perfect. She's like the platonic ideal of an auntie.
exactly. And that's it. Okay, so here we go. Let me do this here, and let's like look at some stuff.
Okay.
Let's look at some stuff, and then we're gonna see this lady actually making some. But for now, let me go right here and grab some pics. Okay. So a lot of these are from the book that I have with me. Some of them are from the internet. But this here is people making the work. Okay. So let us learn what this is. Okay. Okay. Now, pronouncing it is tough. It's Tifai.
Right.
Fai. Tifefe.
I would say fi-fi, but but there's a little strike over the T, or over, I'm sorry, over the I, the first I.
Right.
Don't know how that's pronounced.
And we're gonna
Unless
watch.
there's
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Google Translate, I don't think Google Translate will know, but let's find out.
Let's find out. Let's find out. Where's let me get Steph here? Okay. And Steph, if you find something, if you find the pronunciation, you know, that would be great. I mean, if you come up with anything, Hannah might find it here, but just so you know. So this book is written by Joyce D. Hammond, and here's a little bit from the preface. Okay. Tifefe. The word is as Polynesian in flavor as the exotic sounding names of such places as Pago Pago and Bora Bora. To translate Tifefe, I hate that I heard the woman speak it in the video. Oh,
I'm sorry.
what was that?
AI.
That doesn't sound
That's
right.
not.
Tai Fei. I don't know. I'm not so sure, but when the woman says it, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
To translate it is to lose the meaning and poetry of the word. The loose translation, Polynesian bed cover, is an inadequate description, while the literal translation, to patch repeatedly, is too narrow in meaning. Yeah, that's not very sexy, right? Not very beautiful.
No.
To patch together repeatedly.
That is not helpful.
To simplify matters, tifefe is a term which will be used to refer to all Polynesian applique and piecework fabrics from the islands of eastern Polynesia. For more information on this, see a note about this. Okay. So let me do this. So some of the first quilts that I looked at when I was leafing through this book, and most of the pictures are in black and white, but they have some of the pictures in color. The first one that grabbed my eye, that just stopped me in my tracks basically, was this one. That is made from tiny squares of fabric.
Yeah.
It's almost a cross-stitch quilt, Steph. And we were talking about
Good
that sort of,
heavens.
I know, talking about that sort of digitized look.
Yeah.
Like, Steph, we were talking about how, I was like, what is that? Like, what do we call it? And you pointed out it's cross-stitch quilts. That's what they call it.
Yeah, I found it several places that called it that.
Cross-stitch quilts. So this reminded me of that because it looks sort of pixelated. It looks,
For sure, yeah.
right.
It also looks like Legos. It's like
Yeah.
really amazing.
It looks like
8-bit.
8-bit. Yeah,
It's
totally.
definitely.
Totally. And so the caption is piecework, okay, made in Rurutu, Austral Islands in 1969. Okay, 1969. It's 126 inches by 97. That's pretty big.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty big. And it says, designed by, it's hand sewn, it's all hand sewn, Timana Vaheen, and sewn by 5 women in the group Tamara Pupu. Presented by Timana Tamana Vahine as a gift to her 3-year-old nephew, whose name, Taroa Hurahushia, appears on the piece. Hutia, yeah, probably Hutia. The artist selected the motifs because the child loved dogs. It's so great,
And
right?
he's what? He was 3.
Yeah, he was 3.
I hope he appreciates that.
I think he will. It's so badass.
In time, yeah.
Yeah, in time. And so then there were some really interesting photographs in this book of other Tifai that were similar. I mean, these, and I guess maybe I was thinking about cross-stitch quilts stuff because, you know, here again we have these tiny, tiny pieces of fabric, you know? How big are the squares, ensue John?
Good question.
Minecraft, nice.
Total Minecraft. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably in here in this book. You know, it's funny. I was talking to a nerd the other day, and we were talking about how in the beginning of this show, and that makes sense to talk about get a little bit meta about the show here at the eve of our anniversary. But it's like, you know, when I come and show stuff, like I from the start, it's been that exploration, not presentation, you know.
Yeah.
And so I've had, you know, in the beginning, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I don't know. Let's just look at things. And over time, I've gotten a little bit more where I research ahead of time and I sort of am more prepared. But the person I was talking to was saying, you know, it really is fun when you're discovering things with us. You know, I mean, it's really great. I really feel like I'm doing that today.
Well, I mean, honestly, like that part of the world, as much as like my interest in like indigenous crafts and you know, textiles and folkways and all that kind of stuff, the whole Pacific, in that, and just it's not been heavily on my radar.
Yeah, right.
Like I know a little bit about like Sarawak Islander, Papua New Guinea kind of like cultures that made masks.
Sure.
Zero knowledge about their textiles.
Yeah, right.
So I know Hawaiian applique just because Fon's household. So you're gonna know that.
Right.
But this is completely new information.
Yeah.
Never seen that pixelated sort of aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's shocking that it would come out of such a otherwise like organic kind of place. Like there's nothing but curves like in nature in that, and then yet here we've made it all about squares and stuff, which is fascinating.
Do
Really.
we know how far back they were making these?
What?
Because I'm wondering if it's influenced by something woven. Because I didn't think about it until this
That's
picture.
interesting.
Yes,
Doesn't it looks like a rug or something
or
woven in the
basketry maybe.
background?
Or basketry dances,
So
yeah.
I'm wondering if, you know, they had this they have the applique tradition, so it's
Right.
not like
Right.
this was the only way they made things. I'm wondering if this was maybe
Let's see.
influenced by.
Yeah, by weaving. That's great. And you know what? I didn't give you the link for this book, Steph. You probably already figured it out.
I got it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I figured. And then look at this. So check this out. That is a log cabin motif.
Sure is. That's exactly
Right?
Yep.
And so part of what, whatever you can find would be wonderful, actually, because I don't have any, like, papers. A lot of times I have notes and have that. But, when this was started. But the thing is what I've been looking at is, like, there's these quilts, these small, tiny, tiny pieces, but then there's that reverse applique, too. Right. So there are these two forms of it. And, you know, this book is really... I mean, this woman lived there. She did the whole thing. Like, she went down and really, really worked on understanding this tradition. So the questions that you have, they will definitely be answered. But it seems that just like, I mean, Hawaii is part of Polynesia, and the Hawaiians learned quilting from missionaries and the colonists, right?
That's what I'm reading right here.
There you go. So tell me what you got.
Well, this seems to be kind of... I think this is translated from something else because it's a little bit garbled. Like, I don't love the syntax of this.
Sure.
But the first thing that they said was that they said that.
Oh wait, sorry. I don't want that. Yeah, go on.
Tifai is actually some kind of a patchwork that historically corresponds. So, all right.
Right. Okay, we're dealing with some syntax issues.
Potentially, it historically corresponds to a local adaptation of the art of making the British kilt.
Really? Where are you getting this information?
I mean, look, what is this? This is ETA 8. No, this is eTahitiTravel.com.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
In fact, the spouses of the first English missionaries introduced the practice to both the Austral and Society Islanders. By the end of the 18th century and early years of the 19th century, they undertook to transmit to the women of the ancient High Polynesian Society The new know-how that consisted of making bedspreads in a patchwork pattern from recovered used pieces of fabric, scraps of fabric, sheets, old clothes, and others. At the time, fabric was both rare and expensive in the very remote islands.
Oh, sure.
So it was, would have been a sign of affluence and status to get some. Very soon, the Polynesian women developed a true passion for the new know-how, which they truly made an art, appropriating it completely.
There you go. Just the Hawaiian people did the same thing. They made it their own thing. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anything else in there of interest?
Yeah, but the translation is so
So bad.
wonky. I mean, it's not bad. It's kind of charming, but it's basically that it's like a lot of times, a lot of places, the invader, colonizer, or missionary stuff gets. They're like, okay, we'll take this,
right,
and then we'll turn it back into our stuff. So
we'll do our own thing.
Very interesting. Yeah.
And this is a great example because you've got pinwheels, pinwheel patchwork. You've got stars, and you've got. I mean, it's like a sunshine and shadow. I mean, if you with the log cabin quilts, like if you're looking at the red crosses, like the red crosses, that you get that shape. Well, they're log cabin blocks. You see, because the logs, right?
Yeah.
And so but with the solid colors, we don't usually do log cabin quilts in all solid colors, right? So this is it's taking sort of a traditional thing and the strip piecing and in this block format, but it's very different.
Oh yeah.
This does not look like a quilt that was made in Pennsylvania.
No.
I mean, I haven't seen one, right?
Nope.
Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting.
Also, I would draw your attention to the gal on the left.
Yes,
who looks like she was like, I will fight you.
Let me take this away. Hold on. I will fight you.
Do not
touch me.
Do not judge my quilt.
Yeah.
What? Say something about my quilt.
Yeah, exactly. I think this woman, is she one of the women? I mean, is she the woman who wrote this book? I can't be for sure. No, it's not. So there's these. This is the picture I showed before. This is a rug. This is a hooked rug.
Yeah.
So that, it's kind of. I mean, this motif is where I'm going next, which is this flower. This like what is it?
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus. Yeah. Good job. Very nice.
Thanks.
We are so small.
We're super small.
So this is the very it's just like there's applique and there's piecing, right? Just like anybody else. I mean, just like quilts that we make over here and in so many places. So that hooked rug gives you a sense of this, which is what these women are working on here. Okay.
Yes, okay.
So they're working on this reverse applique. So I'm gonna let me show these here. Yeah, go on, please.
I'm gonna
What?
I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second.
Oh my God.
Okay. Because the rosé's sinking in.
Well, it's not. Hannah.
What part is reversed?
It's okay.
It's the edge, right? Is when you turn the edge over. Is that it?
Well, to answer your
Because
question.
the thing is, to be honest with you, I've never known.
So,
I don't know.
No, it's great. It's a great question.
What are
it's
you reversing?
A fantastic question.
God,
so,
am I pink? Look at me.
No, I mean, you are a little. You're a little. It's okay. It's okay.
Because it's like I'm embarrassed because I wasn't gonna even ask. I was like, no, I'll just look it up later.
No, but I've never done it. But what?
You've never done reverse applique?
I've
You've never asked a question that dumb in front of a bunch of quilters?
Oh, I definitely
As
have
a child of
questions that
quilters, as
dumb.
the descendant and heir of quilters.
You're not alone. Look. Robin's Nest says you're not alone. You're
Thank
not the
you.
only one. Hey, Dee Dee Brew Crew.
I feel seen.
Hannah feels seen. If nothing else, Hannah feels seen. So I can answer your question.
Please do.
And we have a few other quilts to see. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have us watch a woman do it. How about that?
Okay. Yes.
How about that? That's what we're going to do because she definitely knows. She definitely knows how to do it. So here we go. So this is from, and let me put the link in here. Okay. Usually I like to have all my links sent to Cake ahead of time, but today was kind of crazy. Okay, so this is tips and tricks to make your own tiveve. I think it's tiveve quilt.
Oh, tiveve.
Tiveve, yeah.
Okay.
Tiveve. And
Spelled phonetically, that's helpful.
now I'm going to. The sound was a little bit low, so you might need to turn up your volume on your device or your computer. We shall see. But this woman is watching this woman do the thing. So she is going to do reverse applique,
Okay.
I believe.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm doing a blank stitch. If you are a learner and would like to do something like this is the basic you learn first. Only because once you know the stitch, you can know any other stitch, girl.
So you blanket stitch.
It's such an interesting accent, too.
Yes, I know. It's like Australian.
But New Zealand.
But New Zealand,
also-
exactly.
yeah.
New Zealand.
Right.
So look at how she's
And
doing this.
Pulling it tight, and off you go.
And actually,
And the trick here
this is not reverse applique,
Okay.
right? Cake. This isn't. She's not doing this. She's talking about a blanket stitch here.
Yeah.
She's showing that, which is really interesting. But I mean,
I can do
Yeah,
it like
it looks like
this.
it's an embroidery type of stitch.
Yes.
Yeah, like she's using it like a blanket stitch.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's cool.
It is cool. It is cool. It's really. It gets very cool.
is be nice to your cotton,
Be nice to your
your
cotton.
needle, and your cotton. They'll do all the work for you.
I noticed, when you were threading your cotton, you pulled the cotton out,
Right.
doubled it over, and made sure that
Match.
yeah, I like that. So the same amount of blue went with the same amount of blue.
Yes. So if you are sewing, you make sure there's white here and white the starting. Because when you come back to join it again,
Yeah.
you will never see the joint.
Okay.
Wow.
And another thing is, because some, when they okay, put it this way, when they finish
Hold on.
doing it,
Mother Nature's like, that is not a blanket stitch. Like, I mean,
okay.
it's the
It's
tone
something
does not
else.
come through, but well, it's her special stitch. And Dee Marie points out, and other people are pointing out, it's not reverse applique. So Hannah, here's what I understand reverse applique to be. It's, that we watched that 1 minute video of that really friendly, beautiful woman, that older lady
Yes.
who was the 1 minute thing. She laid out a piece of cloth, a color,
Yep.
and then she put that almost like the snowflake thing she cut out on
Yep.
top, right? And so reverse applique is when you stitch the reverse, like the thing on the bottom comes through. Like you're reversing, right? I mean, you're not stitching something on.
Well,
Well, you
Yeah,
are.
instead of laying laying a heart down on top of a piece of fabric and stitching around it,
Right.
you would lay two pieces of fabric together, cut a heart-shaped hole, and then
Oh.
stitch the inside of the hole.
oh,
Yeah, and
Okay.
like turn it back. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I've never done it. I've never done it. Maybe.
I mean, now
perhaps,
I'm like,
perhaps
oh,
I
yeah,
shall.
clearly, but like, that is not at all. That is not at all.
Yeah.
I thought,
No. Oh yeah.
Nope.
What did you think?
I thought,
This is great.
dang damn it, what I thought.
It's your fault.
No, it totally is. And the thing is it's not. I mean, it's not like I lie awake at night, whipsawed with doubt and shame about not knowing reverse applique.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I actually what I always thought was that like the reverse part was like, because you know how like when you're doing like if you're doing something complicated, you put paper underneath it to give it some body.
Yes.
Right, and then you roll the edge of the fabric over or under rather, right?
Mhm.
So it
Yes.
doesn't get frayed and weird.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe that's what it is.
Oh. So, but that's just applique,
Yeah.
right? I think.
Well, but then the thing is, like, I've done. Well, so then what would you call? I mean, I do it with make like leather items or whatever, or and you just piece of fabric, and then stitch within the margin of the overlaid piece of fabric.
Within the
Does
margin.
that count as applique?
Yeah. Some
'Cause it
people
just
might
means
call it raw edge.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah,
right.
raw edge.
Okay.
For sure. I mean,
I happen to like the look of it, which is good because I also am not that good at the turning on the corner, turning the under part. So like, no, I totally meant to do it this way. It's rustic.
it's fancy.
Yeah.
This is great. Hey, Jacomb Jellies, it's good to see you. You're a little champagne pop. Jacomb Jellies, moles are a good example of reverse applique.
Oh, for sure.
right? So
Oh,
you're
wait,
turning-
moles.
Moles. Yeah, moles.
Moles are a delicious sauce.
Oh, that's true. Moles. How did I say it?
It's mola.
Mola. Oh, molas. Yeah, molas, right. Molas. Yeah, okay. Exactly. Little Brit Stitch is like, it's molas. But I mean, I just went with moles. Did I have moles today when we had?
No.
I didn't have mole. Okay. But it was delicious
You could
tacos
have.
anyway. I could have. So, and Court Quilt says, reverse makes it look like the innards are, reverse makes it, why is that doing that? Makes it look pieced. The innards are cut away after the careful stitching.
Yes, okay,
Right. There's the cutaway.
Well, the thing is
right.
now, okay, so I've done that, but I also left it raw edge. Because I can't do the other kind.
Hey, it's hard.
Because it's rustic.
It's
It's folksy.
it's folksy. It's folksy. Okay, let's get back to this and see this. So she's
Okay,
not
yes.
doing a reverse applique here, but
No.
she's doing this
Nor
very
a blanket
interesting.
stitch.
No, she's not doing a blanket stitch. She's doing a very interesting, different one. And we're not going to watch the whole video. It's like 8 minutes. We're just going to watch a little bit. Okay, here we go.
It's Tiveve. Never
Tiveve.
knots at the back. I'll show you that a little bit trick.
Okay, so
What you do is you always stop in the front. When your cotton is finished, you go back 3 times. Like this.
once.
Once.
This is
Because
like
2
inverted
or
floss
3,
almost. That
Yeah.
she's
you'll
so
never get those cottons out.
So she's doing. It
Three.
looks fun. It
Then
looks.
Yeah.
you cut up the top here.
Chip.
To start off again, you knot here.
I want to see her do. I want to watch her do this again. This.
And then you start all over again. Okay, there you are.
Reverse applique. Rip it out and do it again.
Yeah.
Thank
Penny
you.
Catherine is hilarious.
It's a great
Yeah.
trick.
Jacob Jelly's
Awesome.
knows
Cheers to that.
that mole
Yes,
and mole.
it's
Yeah.
the catch. So you can have a beautiful, nice, clean
Oh,
tea
yeah,
away
yeah.
at the back.
So
If
you
I
see,
see a tea
she's-
away, my first attention is to look at the back.
Everybody knows this Tivivais. Yep. Have a look at the back. Now
I-
we know why.
I want to do that. I
Yeah.
want to have a big needle and go wee 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 rear 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 rear.
Yeah, working like big thick thread, like
Yeah.
embroidery floss almost. That's yeah. I
It
mean,
seems so fun,
Yeah.
right? So and there's tiveve and then tifai. Like those are two different words, and I mean it's not. Yeah, it's that is not tiveve.
no,
That's
but
something
it is.
else,
No,
but
well,
it is.
No, it
but
totally is because like that was just a phonetic spelling of it. It's that's how you say it.
I've
and
read it both.
Oh,
Okay,
is it?
yeah, I've read both of the words.
I like them. I say it the way they say.
Yeah, exactly. It's really nice. So she's showing that, and then
And with the F, we don't have a F, but that's the Haitian
Haitian way.
pronouncing of.
There we go.
there you go. There you go.
Tiveve, 'cause they don't have F.
Tiveve.
Thank you. Now we know.
Now we know. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. So there's actually a lot of video on YouTube about Tiveve, and I thought it was so interesting.
Yeah.
And I've got just a couple more pictures to show you because I scanned them. You know, I scanned them and I want to look at them. And then we're gonna play a name that date. It's a game. I came up with a little game for Hannah. We are going to. Oh yeah, I mean, there's just some beautiful things. Look at this. Look at this Tiveve. 1978. 1978.
And it shows.
And it shows.
In the best possible way.
Yeah, in the best possible way. Yeah, and so that blanket stitch, or that not blanket stitch, that tiveve stitch that she was doing, is here, right? I mean, that is some thick stitching around
almost looks like
these
felt.
like nasturtiums. Is it felt? No. Made by members of a family, 1978. Yeah. So that was made by, and several of these that I've found were made by groups of people. So that's probably part of the tradition as well, or it's sewing bees. They happen. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. And yeah, some of the colors are just wild in this book.
Oh my gosh, get
I
out.
know. Isn't that great?
Well, and you know what? It never occurred to me until I saw that woman cutting through multiple layers.
Anthuriums.
Oh, with the little.
Yep,
the
with the
little.
little-
The pistol.
With the pistol.
Oh no, it's a statement. It's a pistol. So, what I'm gonna do
Yeah. Yeah.
the next time I put together sort of like, because I like symmetry, like when I'm sewing stuff, whether it's whatever the material I'm using, whether it's textile or leather or whatever. I love doing this kind of like my favorite kinds of designs are like this sort of spirally interesting like stuff that you see in Central Asia and Kyrgyzstan, like in rugs and stuff like this. Sort of these, I mean, I'm tattooed with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm into it. But the cutting through the multiple layers of fabric, like totally like a paper snowflake.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally trying it.
Yeah.
It was so smart. It's such a good idea, and that is how you pull off something like that.
Dude.
You know.
Are you saying you were
it's all one
inspired by
piece.
the show? I'm not.
You,
You're saying
you saw inspiration hit in real time. That's exactly what it was.
That's right now.
Yeah.
See, that's
Yeah.
what I want for this show,
Yep.
Hannah. I want everybody to have that moment every
Because
once in a while, at least.
That red fabric on that is
Yes.
one piece.
Yeah.
It might be. I mean, some of those sort of rosette kind of things. Those might be. Those maybe. But the main
the big,
grid
yes,
thing, that's
yes,
one piece.
Yes.
And it was cut out like a. No, because look, it's. I'm
Yeah,
all
yeah,
like-
no, yeah. What do you mean? Where do you want me to zoom?
It's zoom in on. Well, follow the center out to one of the corners,
Sure, okay.
and then loop around, and you can see where those outside parts go up.
Okay,
Or
go
down
up.
rather, and see it's all that's all one piece.
Oh, yeah.
It made.
Oh, yeah.
You can see
Yeah.
where it's probably there was maybe two, but yeah.
Hit the quilt church button. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Incredible.
Yeah, this is totally you. I mean, this is
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
fully,
absolutely.
man, fully.
Yes.
And it's interesting because the Hawaiian quilts, there's similarities. Look at this. It's great. I want to go to this place. So these are in process, I believe, these quilts here. But the whole snowflake kind of. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and so this is great. Not your jam, probably as much, but maybe.
Much respect.
Much respect. Look
Yeah.
at this guy's shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's great. And there's also this, which is interesting. This lady's great. Look at her cat.
Oh, and a
So,
cat. I
yeah.
didn't notice the cat.
And look at the grass.
Mary, I may
Yes.
have missed it, but were these more like coverlets? They didn't really seem to have actual quilt stitches, and then they had the layers of.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, coverlets for sure. These look quilted. I don't know for sure, but the cross stitch like quilts. This one looks thicker, but I don't know for sure. I mean, it looks like it's got some.
Ties.
Well,
maybe?
not ties, but it looks like there's batting coming through, or some kind of layer coming through.
Yeah.
It looks a little, but maybe not. See, because
You
it
mean
does
like
look
the
very
little,
thin.
like tufting.
Yeah, they
But
can
it
call
is
that
super-
bearding, but I don't know that that's
Bearding?
Bearding, yeah, when like batting comes through the.
Oh
top
no,
of the
but I
quilt.
mean like, but the little cushiony puff
Oh,
like
yes.
of a quilted thing.
Exactly, but then you look at the edge here and it looks pretty thin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That is a something for people to find out. But look at the woven mat, the
Yeah.
grass. Isn't that great?
It's
And look at
it's
her
palm.
wonderful cat. It's palm.
Palm
It's
fronds.
palm fronds. Okay, so that's some tefefe.
I will investigate more because I think that the methods that are used for this will be eminently applicable in other endeavors.
I think that is excellent. And by the way, the quilt coverlets. Hey, Jonathan. Oh my God, Jonathan Holstein's here.
Oh, gracious.
Jonathan.
Well, I'm glad I
Yeah.
combed my hair.
So yeah, they're really wonderful. So yeah, Little Bird Stitch says, can't imagine batting in that weather.
Yeah.
It's true. It's
Fair
true.
point.
Very likely that there's not a layer. And thanks, Kate, for pointing that out because we haven't talked about that yet. And there are like a summer weight quilt, like I've heard of that doesn't have any batting. It's just the
Yeah.
2 layers, which really throws you off in terms of the whole what is a quilt thing. Woo, it's like it's 3 layers.
I like a flatter quilt.
Well, that's it.
When it's appliqued, there are 3 layers.
When it's appliqued, there are 3 layers.
By definition, good point.
Okay. You know what,
Some
Kate?
of the layers have holes.
Yeah.
I do a lot of applique. I'm sorry.
Kate does a lot of applique, and you know what I have to say to your comment? That's what I have to say.
Good comment.
That's what I have to say. But like, the summer weight coverlet sort of thing. Okay, so you said you like a flat. You like a thin.
Yeah.
You like a thin quilt.
I do.
How do you, chocolate chip cookies, crispy or chewy?
Chewy.
I gotta go. Crispy.
Oh.
Crispy. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Cake. Crispy or chewy? Chocolate chips.
Oh, please, by
Chocolate
all
chip
means,
cookies.
please cause a rift in my family. Let us know.
All right. Well, I'll drop this piece of intel first. I'm a Libra, so
As am I.
like them both.
You like them? Cheating. Everyone's cheating. No, that's fair. That's
But
fair.
wait, though. So I don't mean like, I don't, let's not get off track and
Oh,
talk.
no, we're doing this. We're doing
okay,
this.
fine.
And I'm going to do a poll. We're going to do a poll. An
Okay.
official poll, okay? Sorry. Okay,
Oh
hang
yeah,
on.
this looks like it could get heated. There's a lot of people trying to get.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
good. This is why we do a poll. It's very simple. Anyway, Hannah, continue. And by the way, Kate, Hannah's also a Libra.
Yeah. When's your birthday?
All the best people are Libras.
Oh,
September 23rd.
October 6th. I
October
salute
6th?
you.
Oh, yes, my child is October 2nd.
Chaz.
So, yeah,
Chaz.
see?
very nice,
All the
Chaz.
greatest people. And also you, Mary.
Oh, well, thanks so much. I'm just a Leo.
Just a lowly,
A lowly-
humble Leo.
Okay, chocolate
Tending your.
chocolate chip.
So, all right.
Yeah, say.
So I like to bake. I'm not by any means a fancy or particularly skilled baker. Like I'm not out here doing milk crepe, or
Right.
like, you know, like I'm wilding out making like croissant.
Right.
But I do a mean cookie,
You do.
and I have honed. So I have two recipes that I have curated, cultivated, and honed over like the course of these many years, perhaps a decade.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
One of them is my ginger snap.
It's dope.
When I make them, it's a problem.
It's off the chain.
It causes problems. People are like,
What is it?
you're. So people are like, who made this cookie? Like they demand to know. And they're just like, it's just so good, I can't stop.
Yeah.
And so it was, you know,
Feeling that.
and there's secrets involved in them.
Secrets?
Maybe one day if
not
there's a
secrets.
there is
Not
there's-
ginger snap secrets.
Oh sure. Our mom wanted the ginger snap recipe, and I gave it to her, but I left out 2 things.
Oh my god! What?
I did.
Are you for real?
No, and the thing is, they're delicious. When she makes them, people are like, oh my gosh, these are so good. I'm like, well, they're not as good as they'd have been if I made them.
Oh
Even the Fon family.
my god!
That's scandalo. Yeah, I know. What are you even doing?
I don't know.
So okay, so the ginger snaps, that's a whole thing. And then the other one is my chocolate chips. And so I had been working on it for a long time. The base, and working on it. I mean, I don't know how far afield you want to get from quilts.
Please,
But
and
so-
look, it's
Okay,
That's what
so,
this show
so
is about.
cast your mind back. Winterset Middle School.
oh my goodness, sorry.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
All right, so Winterset Middle School.
Yeah.
7th grade home ec. Connie Ma.
Oh wow, Mrs. Ma.
Mrs. Ma.
Home economics. God bless her.
Yeah. We used what I can only assume was maybe like a Better Homes and Gardens, very basic chocolate chip cookie recipe. And we partnered up with some other person in class, and I
Yeah.
immediately partnered up with Ryan Jensen, who was the hottest wrestler.
He was cute.
He was super cute. And he's still super cute, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so he was like this jock, and I was like this weird goth kid, proto-goth at that point, because it was 1922. and so we made these chocolate chip cookies, and they actually turned out pretty good. And that is the same recipe. I retained that recipe on a mimeograph, purple mimeograph sheet.
What?
Remember, this is
Not
in the midst of
mimeograph.
mimeograph. So that was the base. That was the origin point of my chocolate chip cookie recipe, right?
Interesting.
And then I tweaked certain things, like added certain things, like little extra vanilla. I added rum at one
Oh.
point. There's rum in it.
Mm-hmm.
Tried molasses, didn't quite work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then some years ago, the New York Times ran an article in their it was in the Sunday section or whatever, ran an article about what makes the best chocolate chip cookie. And they went to all of these like elite bakers, like top tier bakers, and they were like, so, like, how do you do it? Like the dude, what was his name? Not Anschutz, that's the guy in Chicago, the restaurateur. But there was the dude, there was some guy who had a bakery that like literally he did the not crump.
Crumpets?
No, the
Cronut.
The cronuts.
Yeah, it was the guy.
It was Anselm Anschutz.
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, okay.
So yeah, right.
Yeah,
So he weighed in on it, and it was
Okay.
like, and then there was this whole debate. It's like, well, do you want a chewy chocolate cookie, or do you want a
Okay.
chocolate chip cookie with some snap to it? So then I took some bits of chocolate chip knowledge from all of these different bakers and folded that in. And so now what I have when I make chocolate chip cookies, it's like there's a little bit of like crispity crunchiness on the very outside part
I'm interested.
that then gives to a chewy, not goopy. Like you don't want, because raw cookie dough is a beautiful thing, but like then it's just raw cookie dough. It's not a cookie.
Stephanie Cake's like,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like what I'm hearing.
Right. So
Wait,
right.
so wait, cake.
It's a brownie with all corners. It's a
Oh, a brownie with all corners.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I like that.
Did you know there's brownie pans that you can buy that do that?
Really?
Yes, my mother has one.
Okay. It's a brownie pan that zigzags and it's all corners.
That's amazing. So I just need to.
So-
Amazing. I can't believe you literally sin of omission to our mother, who sometimes tunes into this show. She hasn't been in a minute. I gotta get on that. But you.
It was
I mean,
two small
I'm
things.
a little bit surprised.
She's still gonna win a blue ribbon at the church, at the bake
You
sale.
scamp.
I didn't scam.
You're scamping. You're
Proprietary.
You're scamping around.
No scamping.
So let me check in here. So, okay. So it's okay, by the way, it was working on a Manx log cabin. No batting. Anyway, chewy, saucy stitchers like chewy. By the way, the poll is still going. We're not gonna look at it until it's done. Chewy, crispy and chewy. Padma's
See,
got
that's
the right
thing.
answer.
Get a little crisp and a little chew. Why not have? Why not both?
Shit. Okay, well the poll is
It
done.
almost caught up. It almost caught up.
Ah,
Guys.
chewy. See, the
Chewy,
people have spoken.
57% chewy. Damn it.
You really feel those? Some of us chewy people. I didn't vote for chewy.
Yeah.
I think some of us could probably go for that crispy, chewy,
Yeah.
Yeah, both at once, right? Both at once. Raffle coming in with the Estelle Witherspoon, I love it. That's our little, So okay.
Scandalo.
It's scandalous. A scandalo, indeed. Well, for all my crispy people out there,
Who's gonna tell?
my peeps.
It wouldn't be the first time she told on me. Who said that?
Who said that?
Padma.
Yeah.
Well-
Yeah. And Hannah, by the way, Robinson says, way to go, Hannah. I would have done the same thing. You know what? You two can go make cookies together then.
No, we won't, because we'd be working in opposite corners, being like, "Don't look at my
Yeah,
stuff."
exactly. Hey, other Mary Kate's here. It's so good to see you. Earth Girl now. I just hit things. Shauna Sows. Pastry is my other world. The detail and process
Oh
are
my
similar.
gosh.
Oh,
It's-
Paste is your quilt maker and a baker.
And a low-key chemist.
And
Because that's what baking actually is at the end of the
Absolutely.
day.
1,000%.
Which is why I only mess with cookies. Because I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Neiman Marcus, Quirk Quilt says, Neiman Marcus crispy, so disappointing. I think I must have used the fake recipe, expecting chewy perfection. No, didn't.
Wait,
get
are you
it.
talking about the Neiman Marcus chocolate chip pecan chopped up thing? That one? That recipe?
Quirk, is that what you're talking about?
Oh no, the Marshall Fields. Marshall Fields.
Marshall Fields. I do know about the Marshall Fields cookie, but maybe it's Neiman Marcus. I mean, I don't know.
It was Marshall
don't know.
Fields.
There was an even Marcus one too.
There was an Neiman Marcus one too. Yeah. Pampered Chef, Mary Kate points out, sells the brownie pants.
Ah.
It's the gooey center I lust for. You know what? This is the most exciting poll we have had. Like, it is my favorite poll.
lively.
It's for sure.
Well, because people have feelings about cookies. It's like, especially chocolate chip, because that is as American as an apple pie, and everybody's. It's hard to mess them up.
Yeah.
But once you get a hold of a really superlative one, you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of ruined.
I love that. Oh, God, I can't
Like,
believe we're
you
still
can't
talking
go,
about
you
this.
can't go back
But-
to Tate's. You can't go back to a Tate's, a dry ass Tate's
But
wafer.
listen, can I just, for my Crispies out there, can I have the floor for
sorry,
5 little
please do.
minutes? Okay,
It
so,
is your show.
Not anymore. Anyway, so no,
Anyway.
it's great. So anyway, I like a crispy. Oh God. I like a crispy chocolate chip cookie that's big. That's big, and it's almost like it's like toffee around the edge because it's so
Alright.
and you have like a really good cup of black coffee, and you nibble, and it's almost like caramelized, like the toffee, and there's so much butter in it, so it's like buttery, and the chocolate is like it's like great, and it's large. The chewy cookies, oftentimes they are smaller.
Yeah.
The wider, sort of like big as my head, use it as a fan, that kind of thing.
The hubcap.
That's yes.
Right.
I I like a cookie as big as my face and as thin as
A wafer.
a wafer.
But you know what it is? It's because you're a grown fancy lady.
Jaden Sir loves crispy. She's on Team Crispy.
Well, you guys
I'm,
go hang out.
I'm fancy.
No, because you're a fancy grown lady.
Oh,
And
I don't
I'm
know.
secretly like 12.
Secretly 12.
And I want a pile of cookie that I can, chew. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know what? We all have our place. We all have our place. And Steph, you're a Chewy. You're Chewy.
Crispy.
Wait.
She didn't vote for Chewy.
Oh,
She's like, I'm not getting into it.
Chewy.
you did vote for Chewy?
I really like those.
Yeah.
I really like those.
Yeah. That's fair. You're a Libra.
I feel that it's achievable in one cookie.
And Kenny says, by the way, that sounds like you'd like lace cookies. Yes. I believe I know what you're talking about, and they are very delicious. Okay, so let's do this. So we are going to take a very quick break because we gotta take a really quick break.
I need to powder my forehead because you can see it from
Same,
space.
I know. We're just,
God,
it's really,
why?
well, yeah, same. So, you look fine. You look great. And we're going to come back and we're going to play a game with Hannah. I've got a few quilts. I've got just like a small selection of quilts. And I am going to, including the one behind us. And the question to Hannah will be, not to like play gotcha or be like weird, but be like, guess what year that quilt was made. Okay? And I've got a selection of years. I got a lot of everything.
And I'll defend my choice.
Well, we will talk about,
The
you'd be like,
balderdash.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
balderdash.
yeah, explain yourself.
So it's like you can, pick the year, you say what year you think, and we'll talk about why that's surprising or interesting, or if you got it dead on. It's gonna be super fun. Okay. So, and I'm super more
Into it.
calm because the tech thing screwed me up, and
We had a rough start.
we did.
First of all, before we break, can I just say, and I may have
Yes,
said
you can
it
say
the
whatever
last
you
time
want.
that last time I was gifted to guest on your show, that the amount of window toggling and tech stuff, it looks like NORAD in here right now. This is my office, my home office and painting studio, and like it's carnage in here. It looks like we've got these two huge lights. It looks like I'm looking at the front end of a truck coming down, barreling, and then it's crazy. And so I salute you
Thanks, man.
for doing this.
Because it's crazy. Look at all this,
It's
right?
wild.
It's insane, and
Yeah.
like all of the anyway. Thank you.
It's
I
something
appreciate
else.
that.
It's really something else.
And Steph's doing the same thing on her end.
Totally.
It's crazy.
She's like our Cortana. She's
Yeah.
our Siri.
Bright lights, though.
Well, yeah, you don't have the bright
I
lights. Not yet. Not yet. Wait till we get you on the screen. I know. Then you'll be like, oh no, and I'll be like, I understand completely. Okay, so take a quick second, and we will be back. I'm gonna go to the cake break. Is that cool, Stephanie? If you want to. Well, but why don't we just take a? You want to take a break? We all take a break and come back.
Yeah, let's just do some fun music for tonight.
Okay,
'cause
cool.
I didn't prepare.
That's totally fine. And
Cake break.
and we discussed like if cake is the cake break, when does she get a break?
Exactly.
It's terrible.
Who breaks the cake?
Who breaks the cake?
Cake
You
needs
gotta
a break.
break cake. Okay, so we're gonna BRB screen this. Okay, we'll be right back. Just a few minutes. We'll be right back. BRB. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Who dat?
What is this?
Oh.
This is Lou. Is it gonna know, man? Oh, wait, hold on. This. Oh, I'm sorry, little dude. Here, there we go. How's that?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So let me scoot.
This way, yeah. Oh, he yawned. He's so sweet.
I
Everybody loves Lou.
aroused
Lou
him.
is the best. It's okay, says. Lou is the best.
Lou's the best.
Stephanie Cake says, Lou. So everybody, a lemon bar. Yeah, they're talking about desserts. Gamer Granny, it's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. And everybody, thank you so much for, I just want to say, being here at the show and just, supporting. Thank you, Lou, for being at the show, supporting the show.
I was so cozy and sleeping.
Yeah, he really was sleeping. Okay, Hannah, let's play a game.
Okay.
So I want to start with the, this is my sister. Oh, yeah, go on, Cake. Did you want to say something? Did you? Oh, I thought I heard you say like, hey, but I didn't. Okay, never mind.
Sorry, I wasn't muted and I was having a drink.
Okay. She's drinking vodka all through the show. I'm kidding. No, I think you're like drinking tea. Anyway, so this is my sister, Hannah Fons, my eldest sibling. Well, I only have one.
Just the one.
I have an
elder.
Elder, right? I have an elder and a younger, and I'm here in New York City. We're live from New York City, and it's super fun to do the show here and to be in New York. I have not been in New York City.
Wait, make us big again.
You want to be big?
Because look. Just look at him.
He's leaning up against.
Just
Oh God! You know what I can do? Watch this. This is gonna be great. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
So it's just him?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it just him. Just Lou. Oh no! Okay, that's about as close as I can get.
He looks kind of despondent, but it's only because he was like so cozy just now. And I woke him up and I was like, bro, come be on family.
He's a little sad. Yeah, he's a little sad. What's his full name?
Louis Toussaint Dorless Fons.
Ridiculous. He's Haitian.
His birth father is Asian.
His birth father is Haitian. God, look at this crackup. Okay, so
do you want to go be cozy? You don't have to be here.
He's like, can I go?
God. All right.
Can I please go?
And the thing is, he's super zesty, but the both times he's been on the show, he's just been like...
Yeah, he's been a little bit like...
He had a big day. He went to the gym with me and ran around and got mini cuddles, and Aunt Mara's here, so...
Yeah, it's true. Auntie. Okay, so this quilt, okay, and I've got a few for you. We're hanging out. And also, by the way, I was talking to this nerd, and the people who are here, they get it, right? The live stream thing, it's not a half an hour show. It's not an hour. It's just kind of how long it is.
While, yeah.
It's a while, and I know sometimes I mean it's an interesting format, and I'm still learning it and whatever. But like it's cash, man. It's easy. You drop in, you come by, you say hi, you gotta go. It's cool, And some people keep it on for a long time. And like the live streams that I really like, I love it when they're really long and chatty because I listen to them while I'm doing other things, and this just keeps me company, and I love that. So I mean, to me, it's the best way to do it because I. Here's my confession. Oh God! But I became a quilter in front of everyone. Like I didn't know how to sew.
Facts plus tax.
Yes. I like that. Facts plus tax. I did not know how to. Why didn't you tell me I'm all fucked up? I've never said the F word on the show.
Wow. I just didn't notice anything different.
Oh God. Anyway, so. You're very funny. But I learned how to sew on national television whenever I say that, but it's true. But I also...
Because when you went on the show, I was like, do you know how to do that?
No!
You're like, no, I'm just going to do it.
And I did it, but
great.
Right?
And it was.
I mean, I guess. Some people hated me anyway. But what also happened is I learned how to do it, but also everything that I did was very... it was restricted because I could only make certain quilts because they had to be in the magazine or whatever.
Oh, sure.
But also in terms of like doing a show, part of the reason I love this format is like with public television, I mean, I did a lot of episodes of that public television show. It is like flying a plane. I mean, you have to do it in exactly 22 minutes. You have to figure out if you have to make up time, It's a very big set, 4 cameras. It's a whole thing. And like, it's it's very constricting, you know, but it's great. It's a great format. The media is the message, whatever. But this is fun for me because it's like we have a good time and we talk and we're chatting together and
Clearly.
you're here because you're in the chat.
And it's so weird to have a sense because, like, I mean, two
Oh,
things.
Mom's here.
What?
Mom is here.
Did she come in? I hope she came in after the break.
She did. She came in after the break.
Okay, so don't tell anything about what was discussed earlier because it doesn't
Kate,
matter. It's
Kate
over.
Came in just in time to hear Mary use the F word.
Oh God. Well, for heaven's sakes, Mom, hi.
Definitely weren't talking about cookies though.
Mom is in the chat. Mom, the welcome basket's for you. I want to go back, but I
Fons
just saw
entered the room.
Marianne.
Now we gotta be serious.
So sorry. Go on. God, I used the F word.
Whatever.
Okay, Kelly. I hear you. You're like, I really like this quilt. It's fun.
It is fun. It's fucking fun. Sorry.
Oh my, Hannah.
Now we're okay.
Oh my
now it's
God.
mine canceled yours out. But no, what I was gonna say is this: is that I do feel like, first of all, it's interesting that post pandy,
Yeah.
mid pandy, whatever we want to call this, that the sense of people being around, like in the chat, like just keeping like half an eyeball on that.
Yeah.
Like it's very present. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like it is. I feel like I'm kind of at like this weird cocktail party.
I know.
It's
right?
weird. You would never, if you try to tell me, and part of it, I credit part of it with all of us being on Zoom so much.
Yeah.
Those of us who are, you know, we're able and have the privilege of being able to work from home.
It's so small. We can be a little bigger now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I also think that the whole Zoom thing, the Zoom phenomenon,
Yeah.
of like that we've had to make do and like have all the sort of virtual meetings and interactions and stuff. I think people, I feel like at no time would I ever look askance at somebody who had a technical glitch,
Right,
or who
right.
accidentally replaced their face with a cat
Mm-hmm.
on a Zoom meeting. I would be so delighted and charmed by this. At no time would I ever be like, they need to get their act together.
Right,
I'd be
right.
like, oh my God, bless your heart. Like, but I mean that in the Midwestern way, which means literally bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Yeah. Well, that's
know
good,
what
and
I
I
mean?
think
Like-
people are like that. And
Yeah, so like, you know, I mean, how mad are you gonna get
Whatever.
5 minutes late because, I don't know, I tripped on a cord.
Right. By the way, Raffle Waffle is using that emote. It's an animated
Uh-huh.
emote. That is Rebecca saying it's a crackup.
That is, I was gonna say,
I
that's
made
what it
a
looks
I
like
made a
this.
gif of her face, and tier 2 and 3 subscribers get access to that emote. And so anytime they want to be like, it's a crack up, it's Rebecca. I checked it with her.
It's exactly
I
that.
checked. Okay, so let's take a look at these quilts.
Irish music several times. Who's it? Oh, Mom said. Mom says I was
Yeah.
at a concert of Irish music at the Winter Center. So here's the thing, though, real quick, and then we'll totally get onto this.
No, okay, yes.
I'm talking to my mom.
Oh,
All right, it's family stuff. So our side, our maternal side of the family is Scottish, right? So, and like no shade to the Irish, but I have
don't throw shade to the Irish.
never
They
goes
don't like
well.
it.
No.
Not good.
And why? I mean, there's no shade to throw. I'm like, that's fine. So no. So my whole life, bagpipe music, it makes me like weep with just sort of like I want to take my two-handed claymore sword, run across the heath in a skirt and like kill the British.
In a skirt.
Yeah, a Celt.
You know how we're going out on this show. We're watching a YouTube video of bagpipe music. That's how we're in.
Oh, I've got it. I've got some. Oh, I got you.
No, I'm
covered.
I'm gonna pull it up
So
on YouTube.
no, it gets worse.
Oh,
It
go
gets
on.
worse. So
Go on.
So you may not know since you only ever saw me twice, is that I'm amongst my jobs. One of my jobs is as a strength coach at a martial arts gym, right? So I am, and I've been a strength athlete for years, and it's one of my. I'm an enthusiast, right? I like to lift big things around.
Yeah, she's very strong.
And so, so I was doing this whole program of. Well, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but anyways, it's strongman stuff where you take like this thing called a yoke, which is like an H-shaped steel frame.
Yep.
With like these ski-shaped runners on the bottom with pegs on it, and you put weight plates on the pegs, and then you stand under the thing, pick it up, and walk with it, right? No, it's
what is it?
great.
No.
Anyway,
that's your spine
It's your
breaking.
it's your discs.
Why are they
So,
small? Okay. Yeah.
so the thing is that it's like, for me anyway, music. I have music playing in my home, in my ears at all times. Like it's just it's necessary. And so, if my headphones have died, if my earbuds are dead, I guess I'm not training today because I can't do that without
Can't
music,
do it.
right?
Can't do it.
And so my favorite thing when I'm doing a horrible, grueling, awful strength thing,
Yeah.
what do I have? What do I have in my ears? It's not Anthrax. It's not Metallica. That is so cliched.
Oh, yeah.
Because in gyms like, I hate my dad. I'm like, relax, bro.
Well, I do, but I don't like your
but
songs.
that's not the point. What I listen to is like freaking
Are you
bagpipes.
serious?
I listen to
Are
Highland
you
like.
Oh,
I am
that's
so serious, and
nerdy.
it is so well. Here we got. Thank God we're among.
Cake.
Dropkick Murphys are one of my favorite bands of all time.
Dropkick
so
Murphys.
I could get down with the bagpipe. That's drums.
But I'm talking. I'm not even talking Dropkick Murphys because bless them too. Like
They're great.
Enough
They're
respect. But I'm talking like
Just straight up bagpiping.
oh yeah, and a baron. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna march across the heath and we're gonna mess up some limeys. Like that's what we're doing.
Hannah, my mom points out that if you hold your head a certain way, it's like you have bunny ears with the quilt. No, you
Oh, wait,
come
no,
down.
I'm gonna
It's
do-
these.
there
No,
we
come
go.
down, come down, and come down a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of the quilt,
Okay. Yes. All right.
remember how
But
this
let's
show
not
is
forget
called
because
Quilt
I
Nerd?
want to play some bagpipes at the end. We got to.
We are. It was my idea. We're doing it.
We're opening SoundCloud and I know the exact.
We're great. No, I want to. Okay. All right.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You're in my house.
Here we. You're correct. Correct.
My house, my rules.
Hannah, what year do you think? No, I love it. I love
Okay.
it. I love it. I have to try to.
What
keep
year?
This. What year was this quilt made? And I'm zooming out because I want you to be able to see the whole thing. Okay. And I can zoom in for you. I can do whatever you need.
No, I'm ruminating.
I got zoom in and zoom out features. I can do that. and everybody else, I want to know what you're thinking. Kenny likes Beethoven, the fourth movement of the Ninth Symphony, when he is working out.
Oh yes.
This is not Cookie Nerd. Ruffle Waffle, you're on thin ice.
Tell
I'm
you
just
what.
kidding. Cookie Nerd. Hey, you should start a Twitch show called Cookie Nerd.
I don't know that much about cookies.
Or
People-
Twitch.
I
Neither
will
do I.
I will show my ass within 3 episodes of that. People like, she didn't know what she's talking about.
The other married Kate's like, this is a very odd cocktail party. I love
Right,
it. I
but
love it.
So good though.
Just bagpipes, baby. Everyone loves your bagpipes. And there are
I realize it's a divisive.
Irish folks in the chat, or
It's,
Scottish folks.
it's divisive.
Yeah.
It's the same with like candy corn
Okay,
too. Like, there's
so-
just people get
Yeah,
upset about it.
They do. I love candy corn. Okay,
Me too.
candy pumpkins are my favorite candy. Okay, 1974, 1981, 1972, 1900 to 1920. That's what Mom says. 1900. So Mom's
Well, the thing-
going
this
earlier.
this was going to be my yes. So
Padma, I love that. Padma says 1986. People are saying 83, 86. Okay, love it, love it. What do you say?
Part of it, superficially at a glance,
Mm-hmm.
I also would say like 72 to 83.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I'm gonna walk that back, and even without the eldest Fonz's input, I think I'm gonna have to say it's probably Depression era.
Very interesting. By the way, Pastrami Tacos, can you give her a pop champagne cork? So good to see you, Pastrami Tacos. I love this game. This is like the best
It's a
game.
good game.
So
do we want to dissect why?
yes, please, please.
I mean, part of it's just
please.
a vibe.
God.
Part of it's a vibe. I
Yeah.
think that it looks to me like, I mean, it's a little exuberant
Uh huh.
for depression. Mm-hmm. Seems to be having a good time, which like nobody was. Maybe that's how they sublimated their despair in the Dust Bowl. Like,
Jesus. You're in
Also-
your cups. You're a little in your cups.
I'm not in my cups.
I love it. Everything is perfect.
I'm
You're
gonna switch
perfect.
to tea.
No, don't do that.
Nah, but
Yeah.
there's something about the prints because
Yeah.
I can see like that green with a little white
Uh-huh.
flag,
Yeah.
and I can see that sort of salmony taupish color. that,
Yep.
like that just looks to me like sort of like you'd see the fabric of like a drill dress that like a gal would wear waiting for a soup line.
Jesus. Yeah, that's what we all think about soup lines. Yes,
Oh, for sure.
It sucks.
I hear they're coming back.
Oh my God.
Sorry, but no. So this I'm gonna say Depression era.
Okay, cool.
Based
I'm
on
gonna
color
blow
choices.
everybody's mind. Circa 1900,
Oh wow!
Pennsylvania, circa 1900.
Wow.
This is a crazy quilt called many different things, but the I got it from. This is gonna blow your mind too.
But it's
The
crazy
quilt
like a
in-
fox quilt because it's not that crazy.
I know,
It's
but
contained.
it's got this crazy
Yes.
piecing in here. 1900, y'all, and I picked quilts. I thought that would be titillating in their answer, right?
Should have a
Because I really need that. No. But 1900 is this quilt, and this comes from the Quilt Engagement Treasury. Do you remember that? Mom had the planners, the paper cows with like the quilts
yes.
on them. Quilt Engagement Treasury. I've gotten some really old issues, and I've been scanning them in. The green was throwing Raffle Waffle, same. 1900, y'all, Pennsylvania.
And Pennsylvania to boot. Like, this surprises me.
I know, yeah, right.
I'm not sure why, but it does.
They're a little more staid, you'd think,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
really interesting. I love the shapes, just
Yeah.
and again with the inspiration and stuff. Like, look at this shape of that star. It's great. Have you put a star in a circle lately? Oh my God, that looks so cool. You know, like that looks really good. Or look, there's a star in a hexagon. That's really cool too. And look at this circle within a circle.
Yeah.
I love looking at these weird quilts because they did such creative things, and like they're such simple shapes, but you can do so much with them. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's our first quilt.
I like that quilt.
Okay. This is a famous quilt. This is one of the most famous quilts, and this is I have wanted to put this quilt on the show
I
forever.
feel that because I've never seen this quilt.
There's no reason why. Well,
I have quilt shame.
you have quilt shame,
I have quilt shame because I am a Fons who doesn't quilt.
Hannah. I just took away your quilt shame. Wait, watch. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Mom, Hannah has quilt shame.
I'm maybe being slightly dramatic for the sake of the show, but like,
Yes, I love it. Kelly Naher, by the way, says we love the Dropkick Murphys in my house. Love that. Okay, so let's take a look at this quilt.
Okay.
So you should not have quilt shame. Mom, should Hannah have quilt shame? No.
no shame, Dan. Thanks,
No.
Mom.
Yeah, thanks. So this quilt is pictorial, obviously. You have these figures, and what do you see? What do you see?
I see Sunbonnet Sue has fallen on hard times and is now like
Interesting.
peeking around corners.
Interesting. Nobody wants you to be ashamed.
No.
They seem
Yeah.
to be a lot of professions in there.
Say it again, Cake.
Professions.
Mhm.
I see a
Carpenter, right? Yes.
Carpenter?
Butcherman.
Yeah. Yep.
dentist.
Dentist.
So, I'm kind of cheating because the nomenclature and the fact of like, you know, there's a poultryman. Like, we really don't have poultrymen. We haven't had poultrymen.
Right,
That's not
right,
been a thing for a while.
Right.
So,
I love everybody here is so smart. It's crazy, including you. Go on.
True,
Sorry.
tables working, professions
Just
inverted. Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
Go on.
So, and there's a Democrat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Look
Interesting.
at that, Democrat and Republican over here.
I don't think they've ever seen an elephant.
Yeah, no, they
Right.
they don't know. They don't know what one looks like.
Right.
Okay, so
So I'm gonna say early first half of the 20th century, and I'm covering my own ass with that because that's a lot of range.
yeah.
But that's what
you
how that
also
strikes
just
me.
said ass for the first time. That's never happened before. Okay. God, oh my God. So this was made by Fanny B. Shaw between 1930 and 1932.
Ha. Okay.
And it is called the Prosperity Quilt, and it is this is the Great Depression sort of time.
If I'd seen this before the other one, I would have not said the Depression era for that one. I would have definitely said it for this one.
Right. And so this is a very famous quilt. It's included in the 100 Greatest Quilts of the 20th Century book. It's been widely published. It's amazing. And so these people are looking around the corner for prosperity. They're looking around the corner for prosperity to come.
Yeah.
Because they need it to come. Ironically, it was not going to come for a while because the worst year of the Depression was like 33 or 34, so it was not going to. But there's wonderful stuff about this quilt. So it's the Prosperity Quilt by Fanny B. Shaw, and it's 72 by 86 inches, and it's to me, it just doesn't get better than this. I mean, this is extraordinary. It's so brilliant.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I mean, not funny, but it's so fun. You know, and genius.
So as I mean, I have not seen this quilt before, and if I did, I certainly didn't know its origin or its story.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when I look at a piece of art, and quilts are that. I mean, there's a debate afoot on that, but like, so I look at a piece.
Not
of art.
around here.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So it's like, what in the world possessed or inspired the maker of this to be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do however many cells there are, like little squares of like the backs of people.
Right.
Looking around.
I know,
at first, you're
right?
gonna have to figure out how to do a corner, how to
Yeah.
figure out that vanishing
Yeah,
point, and
yeah.
do the perspective of it, and make
Yes.
that be, legible.
Yeah,
Right.
right,
Visually
right.
legible.
Right.
So how are you gonna make that happen?
Yeah.
And then and like the backs, like it's just. Like it's like vague, but not. This is remarkable.
It's
I like this
remarkable,
quote.
right?
Yeah,
I
like
do
it a
too.
lot.
I think it's really great, and I'm like,
And it's funny.
and to put
It's a wink.
to do something like to draw a person from the back, 3/4 turn from the back,
Which
like
is the
that's
hardest.
not easy. Oh, she's got it.
Well, I can't read.
I can't
their
either.
script, unfortunately.
But yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's just
it's
it's
big.
wild, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they pulled it off because you
They
can
pulled
tell
it
these
off.
people, even if
Yes.
they didn't have the embroidered names,
Yep.
you'd know most of them.
Mom says great analysis, Nan.
Oh, thanks, man.
Faces are
Oh
hard.
my God, he's a bum.
Little
The
birds.
guy's a bum.
He's a
He's a
bum.
bum.
Oh, he's got it patched up. He's got his
Yeah.
little patches on his thing. I feel like if Lou wore trousers, they'd be little patches on him. Not that he couldn't afford better ones, but just feel like he'd have a little patch.
He's a little bit
Little
of a
junkyard dog.
he's a little bit of a ragamuffin. Yeah, he's seen some stuff. He's from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn.
Raised
So
on concrete, bro.
that's right. And Little
You're-
Bird Stitch says faces are hard. So maybe
Faces
she
are-
was like, I don't want to mess with the faces. Okay,
Faces are mad hard.
so most people got within the thing on this quilt. Okay, now my next quilt. This is something I recently found again, and I am so glad I found it because it's hilarious to me.
Oh, I know that one. I've seen that.
You did right. It's a fairly famous quilt as well.
Yeah.
I call it the Barfing Eagle. Because what's going on here?
What's going on? Eagle's
Oh.
having a rough day.
Oh great, Rock. Oh my God.
Is
You
this
know what?
really
I
live?
just signed up with Amazon Prime.
Hi.
But I love that you just signed up with Amazon Prime. Rock Dog.
Okay.
You know what? You are very welcome here, and all those welcome baskets are for you in the chat. And I'm so glad that you're here. And we are looking at quilts. This is my sister Hannah. We are looking at quilts and kind of playing a game. I'm live from New York City. It's just a special sort of secret surprise for everybody. And Hannah is taking a look at a quilt that I show on the screen and trying to guess what year it was made.
When it was made.
In which year it was made, right? And so so far it's been really interesting, and we want to hear from you. So if you have an idea about when this particular quilt was made, please
Chime
put
in.
it in the chat. And I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming. I know Twitch is super new to most people.
Yeah.
Hey, Ollie and Ruby.
Cool. Found you on YouTube.
Hey, that's awesome. I'm so glad you're here.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, that's great. Sometimes you just never know. But like
spat out by an algorithm.
Rock Dog 12 Spike's mom. It is like one of the coolest names we've
Good
seen
name.
for a while. It's awesome. You're like, I'm going for it. It's great. Welcome to Quilt Nerd. This is a good place to be. So
The barfing eagle.
well, it does look
So
a
patriotic,
little.
just throws up
It's just
stars.
like ah. So okay, so someone pointed out, Mother Nature pointed out 21 stars. So that's interesting.
Yes.
You're feeling love. Hey, and thanks everybody feeling the love. I love that.
Cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right. So, you want to say more, or do you want me to
No,
guess?
no. Talk to me.
All right. So, I'm going to say, based on the shape of the eagle.
Come this way. I keep pushing
yes,
you.
no, we're
over.
keep,
Sorry.
I'm,
Yeah.
based on the shape of the eagle, based on because there's a certain sort of like Baltimore-ish look to it that hasn't yet like figured itself out.
Oh.
I'm gonna say between 1840 and 1890.
Okay. Other people are saying 1850s. I'm getting some 1818. Everybody's in the 1800s. Everybody's in the 19th century here. 1885. Everybody is saying, let's see, Civil
War-ish,
War.
yeah.
Okay. 1850. No. Much older. Earth Girl says much older. Why 8 pointed? Easier. Yeah, I mean the 8 pointed star. This is very interesting. That's the same star that is in the Quilt Nerd logo, the official Quilt Nerd logo
right.
now. Yep.
8 point.
So this is applique, not reverse applique. It's applique.
Right, we've got that covered.
Yep. And
I'm glad Mom wasn't here for that part.
yeah, Mom, we talked about applique. Mom says good call, man. I don't even know what she's referring to, but she.
So.
Yeah. Yes. What are you saying?
Yes, this is a Civil War quilt. There were 21 states in the Union.
Mother Nature makes a very good point. Okay, so survey says 1855.
Ah, right.
What did you say?
I said 1850 to no. I said 18. What? I was right.
You got in there.
It
You
fell.
were
It was in the range.
1850 1855, 35 by 35. This is very small.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that
big.
funny? That's very small. It's
that's
almost
like
a crib size.
Yeah, like wall hanging.
Yep. And it's from the Quilt Engagement Calendar in 1978. This quilt was published. It's been published many times, but this was published in 1978 in the Quilt Engagement Calendar. We do not have a maker. There was a maker once known, artist once known.
Yeah.
It is a crib quilt. Yeah, it's an applique crib quilt. Yeah, 1855, artist once known. I call it the Barfing Eagle. I love it. I think it's awesome.
So my
Good
question.
job. Good job.
So here's my question.
And that's turkey red fabric. Go ahead.
Yeah. So like, is that a snake? The little thing, the little sort of that's enclosing the stars. Like, what's up with that?
I don't
it's
think
not a
so.
snake. No, it's not a snake.
I
It's a
don't-
thought bubble.
That's what's so weird about this quilt. Like,
It's a weird
why?
quilt.
You know, why? Do you have any? I mean, Mom, do you know? Like, does anybody know? Because if it was a snake, it would look like a snake. I mean, this
They put a
person.
head on it. Yeah, this person clearly-
I mean,
right.
they got the
Right,
birds,
yeah.
they got the whole thing, and of course, this spiky thing in the hand definitely means something. I feel
It's
like
the
I should
arrows of
know.
war.
The arrows of war. It's the arrows
Did
of
you
war
get
and
the-
peace.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if it
Yeah.
started off as a flag in the eagle's mouth, and they went, "Oh, dang, this is hard."
Yeah.
And it's sort of stylized.
But yet I've cut out all of these 8-pointed stars. I should probably use them. It's-
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
just
it's
put
like a
them. Yeah.
stylized banner.
It's
Yeah.
stylized
She did the
banner.
stars, and she was like, "This is the."
Now, some people are saying ribbon, you know. Robin says like it's a ribbon. Dee Marie's like it's a snake. Some people, bubble. Mom says it's not a snake, but maybe a banner. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is odd, though, isn't
It's
it?
a really odd quilt. It's a very odd quilt to give to intend for a baby.
Yes.
I mean,
yes,
obviously,
yes.
childhood, like our perceptions of childhood and everything have changed since then. Like,
yeah.
you weren't, like, you wanted a child to, giving them bunnies was not what was going on in
No,
1855. But,
no.
like,
Yeah.
it's just,
It's
yeah. And I'm
interesting.
like, and, you know, honestly, like, I personally,
Hey, Miss Elaney. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
like, when I'm doing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's textiles or anything like that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The sort of random placement of things, like this is not how I would this is not how I'd do it if I was going to do it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But the despite my own preferences and temperament and like when I'm creating things,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it like this. But this, I like this. I like the sort of like it's not symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. We got the flower pot floating in the ether. We
Flower
got-
pots in space.
so we got another 8-pointed star that's just
Yeah.
outside of
Yeah.
the corral. Then we got the round edged one. I like it. I like it.
This is totally how I would do it. I'd be
I
like,
like
I don't care. I love making things.
I
Whee!
like it.
Yeah.
No, that's wait.
No, that's great.
I didn't like it that much.
You didn't like it that much, but you
That was the wrong-
appreciated it, and it's a great quilt. So,
There we go.
okay, next quilt. Oh yeah,
Ooh.
this is great. Right there. Okay,
Okay.
and I'll zoom in. There's a lot of detail
Yeah.
here.
Zoom it
Okay,
will.
so that's the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing. Okay. Earth Girl now thought that was a banner. But Stitch and Deb. It's so good to see a Stitch and Deb. Okay. So let's get up in here and look at the detail on this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get out here. Okay.
We got moths.
Well, you scroll.
Okay,
I'm gonna
all right.
pull something up here.
Well, let's see. So we've got some sort of like rustic applique, but not reverse.
Not reverse.
Regular ass applique. It's 2 asses
Hey,
tonight.
stop it. Really? I mean,
We're in New York. That's how we are.
correct. But I have to put like a parental guideline or something on it because there's all the back end, Hannah. It's great. No, do whatever
Fix it
you
in-
want. Do whatever
fix
you
it in
want.
post.
Do whatever you want. Yeah, exactly. God. Fix it in post.
I don't even- I
Kate,
barely-
did you hear that? That's your
Fix it
new
in
task.
post.
Fix it in post.
All right. So we have
Need a time machine.
so we have like desert vistas. We have some. All right. I'm gonna say, but then also we have staining,
Uh-huh.
and we have some deterioration of fabric.
Interesting.
What appears to be deterioration of fabric.
Mm-hmm.
We also have some. There's some satin.
Mm-hmm.
This one's tough. I would have to say.
Very curious about it. And what are people saying? You
Yeah.
you take over
Survey
right
says, someone says the 50s. Someone says 82. Trained storks, Native American. Yeah, I mean, there's much symbolic stuff going on here, which I'm finding super fascinating. Yep, we got the stork. We got a little stork there delivering.
now. It's okay. 1940s, El Riggs 1950s, Ruffle 1982.
Top.
Interesting. Bonnie Kane's going early. She's going early. 1870s. She's taking it back. This is a top not quilted. Mom points out, yes, it is not quilted. Get zoom in real hard for them because this is what they're seeing, right? So
right.
So get up in there. Get up in there. Why'd you take my...
I didn't
That
take it.
ombre fabric is what it is. I don't.
Right, because when
I
would
feel
Can you
looks
say
so
that again?
modern.
Here in New York, I have to put the thing up closer to the mic. Can you say that again? I want people to be able to hear it.
Yeah, that rainbow ombre fabric seems so modern, but then the
Yeah.
rest of it seems like it could be mid-century. You know?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
yeah.
like
Did they
the
have
one
that?
right above it.
Right.
That smacks it
Yeah,
to
it
be
looks
of
like upholstery.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
1950s upholstery
Yep,
fabric.
yep, yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, and the thing is though that you can easily put the lie to it because when the episode that I was on from Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
like we were looking at quilts that were just like I couldn't believe those quilts were made in the year that they were made because
Yep.
so like the creative sensibility was such. You're like this person was wildly ahead of their time,
Yep.
right? So I know enough not to be like, oh well, clearly. But there's something about the sensibility of this that says to me that it's not. I can't go with 18 anything.
Right. So
I just
okay.
feel like not.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Also, the subject matter. If we've got native, Southwestern, Native American, and also like colonialist or conflict, Western expansion stuff going on in that. Let me see.
Yeah, that's fine because I'm trying to get the information here. But read the chat. Engage
Okay,
with the chat.
yes,
You got
I'm
to
sorry,
engage with the
engaging.
chat. Engage with them.
We've seen this one before. Can't remember the date. Good point about the ombre. Yes, totally. M Hicks says gonna guess 50s.
Okay.
Kelly Auger says it's older than we've been guessing.
Oh, interesting.
Patma says 70s. 40s. Marianne Fons is guessing 40s, and
Interesting.
I've heard she knows some stuff.
Interesting.
Rumor has it. Okay.
Okay.
I would say,
Right.
and I'm going to give a range again just to be safe.
Yep.
I would say between 1938 and 1958.
Okay. So here is the answer. The answer is 1940.
Ha!
1940. Good job. Anybody who was around that range, congratulations. It is by Clinton R. Hamilton. It's called Uncle Clint's Quilt.
So we're assuming this is a male quilter.
Yes, it is a male quilter.
Huh.
And what I really want to do is open up the file where I can give you some information about this quilt. But my thing is not really
The thing
helping
is,
me.
even at that time, I still feel like aesthetically it's ahead of its time. Like this
I got
at the time must have been so weird. People
Yeah.
must have been like, "What even is this?"
Right? Okay, so here's what it is. And this is, Kate, here's one of those books I didn't tell you. This is in the Robert Shaw Big Book, the Living Tradition one. We're Abe Book affiliates, so anybody, thank you, Kate. So any time we have a book that we talk about, if you want to purchase the book through our Abe Books affiliate link, you get like 5 cents.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so here's what I have. Here's what it is. So zoom in a little bit while I'm reading.
All right.
You're getting very good. So yeah, you zoom in, kind of show people some details. Uncle Clint's Quilt.
Try not to make him car sick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Clinton R. Hamilton made this quilt, everybody, okay, and he was born in 1865. He died in 1962, okay? So Clinton R. Hamilton claimed that he ran away from home at age 9 and lived with the Sioux Indians in South Dakota until he was 14. He later fought in the Indian Wars
Right.
and was wounded at the infamous Battle of Wounded Knee. Hamilton was ashamed of the treatment given the Indians and learned Native American languages and crafts. He also wrote a considerable amount of light verse, becoming known as the poet laureate of the Soldier's Home in Washington, where he spent his last years. Among the many vignettes included in his quilt are depictions of a stagecoach pursued by Indians, 2 women watching a corral scene of red-eyed bulls and riders, a stork bearing a baby in a sling racing a doctor in his horse and buggy to a snowbound house, a cowboy with gun and bandana standing next to his tethered horse, a woman milking a cow, a group of oxen-drawn covered wagons set against a mountain landscape, a fisherman sleeping under a tree, an Indian village, and a buffalo hunt. How cool is that? That quilt is cool.
Wow, Clinton.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I love it. I just
Yeah.
think it's just terrific. It's terrific.
Yeah.
Sound like mine. It's terrific. So great. So
Yeah.
you did it very well. I think this, and the ombre, you know, Steph said it. It's like that really threw me off too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because ombre is not something you see too often. Okay, let's do a lightning round. What do you think about that?
That could be you know, there could be somebody 100 years ago who had a really interesting eye for color, doing
Yeah.
a super traditional thing, but in a like a the solids. Honestly, if that quilt block was done a million years ago, as long ago as the block indicates, I think it would have been print. Would have been like a gingham or something.
Oh, interesting.
So this
I
says to
love
me
your
maybe-
hot takes.
Yeah, so this seems to me like maybe I don't know, like 80s, 90s, 1980s,
1980s, 90s.
Yep.
Okay, what else? Gamer Granny, by the way, said his memoirs in a quilt. Clinton did
Yeah,
his memoirs
absolutely.
in a quilt. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. It's so
And,
great.
Like, I'm gonna have to look him up because honestly, he sounds like a true or not, fascinating person.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he did a lot of stuff. He might not have fought or been like. He might not have. I don't know.
I
Who
feel like I
knows?
would have heard him had he been at Wounded Knee. I probably would have read about him already, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe so.
We'll see.
1967, 1920s,
Oh, but yet,
1930s.
but we zoom in. It looks
Yeah.
like that fabric is also old,
Ah,
and it's also
interesting.
not solid.
It's it isn't. Well, no, that could be the ink, the scan.
Oh, okay.
It might have been. It might be the picture. But interesting. Very interesting. So Stephanie Cake's saying 60s. You're saying 1960s cake? Right century? Do I have the right century?
I said the 20s and then I said 60s. I don't know.
1920s, 1960s.
I'm prepared to be surprised by
Mother
this one.
Nature, 1990. El Riggs is saying
Yeah.
the 70s, 1954. Well, y'all, I picked good ones. Some of you were correct. 1930.
No.
Lemoyne Star and Windmill. And here's why I thought this would be a good one to throw you off the scent. Because the Depression era, right? You have
Yeah.
that green. You see a lot of pastels, you see a lot of prints, and this one is just not. Isn't that good?
Savage.
Um, Yeah, I love this. I think
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
It really is.
A lot of people were putting it in the 60s or 70s, and it's earlier.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
With did you know that the human eye cannot process blue and red at the same time, right? So if you put bright blue and bright red together,
Huh.
adjacent to each other, that makes this weird sort of shimmery effect.
Yeah.
And so part of the dynamism and the interestingness of what I like about this quilt is that because it uses blues and reds together, it has this really kind of like there's a it does stuff.
Yep. And Mom said this to you, Hannah, and also to everybody. You know, this one could have been made yesterday or 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's why. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like looking at quilts from the past so much. I mean, if you're looking at like timeless style and like classic style, like what's great? You know, the black leather jacket, the white collared shirt. I mean, the crisp white shirt. You know, Chanel No. 5. I don't
Little black
really care,
dress.
but little black dress. You know, a good denim jacket, a worn denim
Timberlands.
jacket. Timberlands, yeah. And yeah, exactly. And these quilts, they just don't. They're not uncool. This is very
No,
cool,
absolutely
man.
not.
It's very cool, and
That would look not one bit out of place on an exposed brick wall in a loft apartment.
There you go.
In some swanky wherever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Okay, so thinking of the
dolphin.
Teveve. Oh, you saw the dolphins. Okay, I didn't see them right away. So yes. So there are dolphins in this quilt, and
No, I
actually,
don't
when I
know.
look at it like that, like I can kind of see. When I first saw it, I didn't see the dolphins.
Oh, interesting. First of all, it's gorgeous.
It's
Even though I
gorgeous,
do
right?
not like the sea.
I do not like the sea either.
But if one did like
Good
the
night,
sea,
Kelly. Good night. I'm glad to see you. Okay.
Yes, I'm not I don't have any particular affinity to dolphins either. But this is a gorgeous quilt. I like this quilt a lot.
Kenny says it's like a Rorschach test.
It totally is.
Uh-huh.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, this thing is like gorgeous. Look at the quilting. I mean, oh my God. Talk about your one piece, right? There's
Yeah.
your one
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
The dolphins, just gorgeous.
Mhm.
So what do you think? When was it made?
Yo, I couldn't even say. Like this reminds me. What was the name of the quilter that we talked about last time? Who was trained as a sculptor, but like it was such a male-dominated art field that she couldn't get into it. And
Bertha
we saw
Mextroth,
Yeah.
man. Oh, Bertha.
this.
Pour one out for Bertha.
Don't pour it
I won't.
out. My carpet. But I mean, honestly, after having seen her work and being made aware of her stuff, and that this would, with the bats,
Yeah. Yes.
and that was in the 20s.
Yes.
I don't know. I got nothing.
By the way, Gamer Granny says, I love the ocean, but I was in the Navy, so... These people who watch the show, they're so awesome. They're so interesting. They just do all kinds of things.
Well,
They're so interesting.
So, Gamer Granny, I'll say a word, because, I like a lake, like, I like a large lake, love a farm pond, like, all that stuff, like, that's great. Like, I will absolutely spend time with the lake. I love Lake Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
We are in Wisconsin frequently, like, that's great. But there's something about the sea, like, when people are like, I love the ocean, it's just so, I'm like, there's krakens in there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, there's krakens.
if you want to really freak me out and wreck my day, like, send me a TikTok clip of, like, some cargo ship,
Oh, God.
segmented cargo ship being, like, tossed about. I'm like, no, man, no.
Well, who's sending you TikToks with cargo ships crashing?
Well, nobody, but now probably because I said it. Boo! Yeah, mostly it's otters.
Utters?
Otters.
Otters. Oh, God. What is your TikTok? I'm not even on TikTok.
Me
I'm
neither.
supposed to be.
I'm not on TikTok. That's for the
Look,
it's for the
look,
kids.
look, it's for the kids.
But I have field agents who send me TikTok, so I don't have to be on it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Same
That's the
with
way to
Twitter.
do TikTok.
Yeah.
So this was made in 1988.
Oh.
1990, or sorry, it's 1988. It's 92 by 92, and the
big.
person who made, I know. Well,
That's
yeah, it's pretty big. Anything over 90, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a pretty big quilt. Kathleen Punani Nishida and Robin Kelly. Kelai, okay, it's a Hawaiian name. Jensen. So it's two people who made this quilt, and this is in the Robert Shaw book on Hawaiian quilts. Who I think Ensue who won the first. Yeah, Ensue won that the giveaway. So we gave away the book, and that's in it,
good
and
quilt.
it's just a great quilt. Okay, couple more.
Mm-hmm.
This one. Hannah, you're from the Midwest. People are pointing out like that you're from the Midwest, so you might not like the ocean. Also, Patton was like, otters. These are dolphins. Anyway, they're very funny. Also,
Somebody needs to make an otter quilt, and then we'll talk about it.
don't say that because it will maybe happen. Also, Mom, are you still here? Yeah, you're still here. Okay, good. Mom, don't leave. Solids are okay. Mom says solids are also
Right.
super tricky.
So this is giving me,
It's serving.
this is giving me like, Nebraska, Oklahoma vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Color choice to me says 70s, 80s, 1970s, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I could be surprised by someone's audacious picks
Mm-hmm.
from, air long ago. I wonder if that was actually pink, or if it was white and somebody just washed it wrong.
Did you say air long ago?
Air long. Yeah, I did. So is that actually pink, or did somebody just wash it?
Interesting.
and mess it up? Was
Interesting.
it white? I don't know.
Interesting. There is some red on there. It'd be interesting if that
I
was
feel like
turkey
that's
red.
what happened.
If it was turkey red, it would have been color fast. If it wasn't, it wouldn't have been. What you
And would
gonna
that-
do?
would
What
that
you
have- would-
gonna do?
What would that have indicated a date? When did turkey red become a thing?
Let me ask the chat. When did, because we talked about it.
Uh-huh.
And Mom says, Hannah, you're better at this than you think. That teal, Mother Nature is saying that teal.
Yeah.
Agreed. Rock Dog says bubblegum pink. She's saying bubblegum pink. She's like, this, sorry.
We
Yeah,
say
you
Rock
do say
Dog.
Spike's mom.
What are your
in your
pronouns,
picture. I
Rock
think
Dog?
you're, yeah. Spike's mom.
We're New York. Oh, Spike's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, Spike's mom.
So Spike's mom, she's saying bubblegum pink. Like, she does not think this is a white that was that had
Right. You think
red
that
bleeding
was a
onto
deliberate
it.
pink.
Deliberate pink. And you know what? I like you, Rock Dog. I like that you are coming in the chat and you're sharing your stuff because this is a really good place to do it. We really love to talk about quilts here, if you probably noticed. So I love that you're being vocal about it. Court Quilts is like 1980. Little Bird Stitch, 1930. Miss Elaney, she's coming in with the 1970s. And Mom says, yep, Gamer Granny looks pre-1900. So we've got a wide range right now.
I mean,
wide range.
Then in that case, I might as well just have a dart and throw it at the wall.
Sure. You know what? And Raffle, this is a good point. Raffle says any era, because it's a classic,
Good ass
right?
quote.
It's a classic.
We're good
yeah.
at this.
Good heavens.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
That's
definitive.
That's the third aspect.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
This is so. Oh, good. Rock Deck said this is so fun. That's so great.
Good,
We think it's
good.
fun too.
So I'm gonna say,
Okay.
based on the pattern, piecework, that colors, I'm gonna go with.
Hold on.
Let's say between 1965 and 1979.
I am so good at this. 1900 to 1910.
Get out!
For real, dude.
Get out!
For real. I don't know who I'm applauding. The quilt maker who did this in
Because-
1900. And you know what else? It's a crib quilt, and so it's for a kid. And I love. Let me tell you something. Give me the floor. So
Yeah.
I mean, you got a baby, and you want to make the baby a quilt. It doesn't have to be your baby. It could be anybody's baby. It could be a baby you don't even know.
You have access to a baby.
You have access to.
Who needs a quilt? Who's cold? Baby needs a quilt.
The baby needs a quilt.
Right.
You have access to the baby. I mean, look, you gotta love a baby, right, to make this quilt for this baby. But baby quilts used to have black in them. You know, you can have a baby quilt that looks like a grown-up quilt. It's just a smaller size.
And
but
you know
like,
what?
But
That
baby
was back
quilts,
when this nation was worth a damn.
God, you know
You know
what?
what it is? Put black fabric back in baby quilts. That's what I say.
Make baby quilts
Take
great
them
again.
back off
Yeah,
again.
you're right. but it's true. But like the baby quilts from the past are so cool. If you're saying it, I'll say they're badass, man. They really are cool.
Yeah.
And this one to me is very cool. So everybody's kind of wowed by it, right?
Yeah.
Sunburst, yes. Mary Kate, it is a sunburst quilt.
Rosemary's Baby, right?
Rosemary's Baby, yeah. And it was, 1900 to 1910. And Kenny pointed out, he's like, I didn't think it was faded, or that it was a bleed situation because the pink is not close to the red, and like, you know, would
fair
it just
enough.
be a full dye bath? And that
Right.
probably not.
No.
But this is really, really great,
It's a
right?
good
And
quilt.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Oranges for babies. I love Gabriel Graney saying oranges for
Yeah.
babies.
This blue pink nonsense.
Kenny has access to babies. I have two nieces, one gave birth recently, and
Oh,
one
right
who's
on.
due. Listen, get to work making a very complicated
Put black back in baby quilts. Hell yes.
inset pieces into a baby quilt, Kenny.
But this is, so this brings
It's a
up an
happy
interesting
baby. Yes,
thing
Jan.
that came up when we were doing the first show that I was doing with you.
Yes. Sorry, really quick. Rock Dog says, how small are baby quilts? Crib quilts can be
Oh.
like okay, let me put it this way. A mini quilt, like a really small, is like 20 by 20. Is that right, Cake? Is like a mini quilt like 20 by 20? Like a crib quilt's gonna be 38 by something. Who you might know, Mom will know. Somebody you.
I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there is a standard, but I just kind of wing it whenever.
You wing it, yeah. And but, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I did want to answer that. So
Yeah, of
just hold
course.
on one
Yeah.
second. And the other thing, when I was looking at crib quilt sizes and stuff and baby quilt
Long
sizes,
skirt baby quilt, yeah.
yeah, exactly, 30 by 40. But here's the thing, cribs. So there used to be little like bassinets, and cribs have gotten bigger.
For sure.
And like so crib quilt sizes really change over time because the
Because
the babies
babies
are
are
sleeping
taller.
in. Well, maybe, but they
Yeah,
also
right.
they also have huge cribs,
Right,
and
right,
so well, not all the babies, but a lot of the babies that we hang out with babies. Don't be a
Not if
bee.
I can help it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just.
But so crib quilt. So to answer your question, Rock Dog,
Yeah.
they change. But standard, you're getting great answers in the chat. Continue.
Oh right.
Then
So
we'll go to
what
the
I
next
was going to say, what I think is so interesting, and this
Yeah.
is why this is what sort of personalizes the whole thing for
Mm-hmm.
me, is that, what we were talking about when we did the show last month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not even 4th of July
Mhm.
weekend. So like, you look at something like this,
Mhm.
and like it seems to have this sensibility that we recognize generationally. Are you crunching at me?
Yeah. Go on.
Cripes. Why? Why do we all
I don't
this?
know.
Why do we
My
do
big
this?
says, I don't care.
Jesus. So what amazes me is that like you have a quilt maker who is a product of their time and of their environment and of
Yeah.
all of this stuff,
Yeah.
right? The cultural context that they're in, and then it's like, and we know what looks to us like, oh, that looks so 80s or that looks 70s or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
And so and there's a reason why. And this is kind of a half-formed thought, so if it doesn't sound
That's okay.
fully articulated, you'll pardon me and hopefully get where I'm going with
You're
it.
on Quilt Nerd. Half-formed thoughts.
Great.
Fully
It's
allowed.
kind of our jam. Okay, cool. So like, but it's interesting to me to like, I want to know about the person
Mm-hmm.
for whom this occurred to in what was it?
1900 to 1910.
Yeah.
Turn of the century.
Yeah. Because it's like, first of all, if so the vast majority of quilt makers were women.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you're not gonna like if you wore anything but that green and the black on your person, you either would have been a prostitute
Oh.
or like you would have been a Jezebel, right? Because you don't wear red, like you don't wear pink, like any of those
Interesting.
things.
Interesting.
So to be able to like,
Interesting.
so the connotations of the color choices.
Good night, Word and Bird Nerd.
What's that?
Just dropped my phone on my nose. Time for me to say
Oh my
goodnight.
God.
God bless you, Word and
That's
Bird
the
Nerd. Thank
worst.
you so much for modding in this chat.
So yeah, so I guess the point is that it's like the color combinations and the arrangements and all of that stuff, the artistic sensibility that comes through in these things, you know, it was all there already.
Yeah.
But the limitations of dress, of fashion, of all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
You love her, right? You love her.
Yeah. Yeah, I want, like, she was cool.
She was
Whoever
cool.
made this cool was cool.
She was cool.
It was
You
cool. I
could
would like to
hang
talk to
with
her.
her. She was cool.
Oh.
By the way, Kitty Hannah. Hello, Kitty Hannah.
Hi,
It is
Hannah.
great to see you. I am glad that you're here. She's just popping in for a bit. She says, "Hey guys, I'm super late. Can't stay long because I have to be up early for work. Just love you guys, and this is a freaking awesome quilt." Agreed. Let me make this one bigger.
I dig this quilt.
I know.
Immensely.
That's why I picked it. I knew you would like it. So, what year do you think that it was? When do you think that this was made?
Between 1980 and 1995.
Interesting.
I also, my fallback would be the 20s, but I don't think so. I think it's between
The
80
20s.
and 95.
Interesting.
I feel like somebody went to Australia and got inspired by like Dreamtime paintings, like original Dreamtime paintings,
Sure.
and took advantage of like the prints that were available. I mean, there's also like the color says to me like 70s, but I'm gonna say 80s, early 90s.
Wow.
How wrong am I?
Great. Jade answer is good. No, it's great. It's
And
great.
I think we're considered too bold for girls.
In
Yeah.
the quote before.
Yes.
It's okay with this one.
Yeah.
Hannah's agreed with, but it's okay. 1980s. Robin's Nest is saying 90s. Art Deco. Game and Rain is
I'm
like
with you.
Art Deco.
I hear you on that one. That there's definitely that going on. I could be wrong as hell. It could be 20s, 30s.
Sure. Mom's got to go to bed. Mary Nan, I love you a million, Sally. We got to go to bed. We're just scamping around up here in New York. I mean, I love Hannah so much, and it's been so great to hang out with you, and I just love doing the show. Who knows how long we'll go? Everybody, what if like all of the quilt nerds are like,
I'm going to
gotta
bed.
go to bed, and then we just get a totally different like after party crowd on like Twitch with like weird like randos who come to your party after you're like,
but you know what it is? But it's global. This is why.
And then Cake is like, I am tired. I have to go. So
Just goes dark. There's a meme
you
that
can
went
do
around
that, if you need to do that. We haven't really talked about that.
before Tumblr started to suck.
Tumblr. Do people know?
It was good for a long time, but then
Yeah.
it started to suck. But there was always this thing that was like, there was a picture of an Australian possum that was like on somebody's kitchen counter that broke into their house. And the thing is, because of we all live on a globe,
Yeah.
like it would all be like the Australians have entered the chat. Because it's the middle of the damn night, and of course they're up.
Oh, right.
So it's like the Australians. So
The
if
Australians.
we stick out this long enough, it's going to
true.
be the Australians
We
and
have
New
a few
Zealanders are going to be like.
We've got
"Oi."
Tiki in South Africa,
So-
and Susanna's in Kuwait, so she
Okay.
can't watch this. She'll
Right.
come in soon. She'll be waking up and having coffee. This quilt is by Barbara Marks. It's called Winter Quilt, and it was made in 1975.
Ha! Okay.
108 by 108. That's big.
That's massive.
That's really big.
So I wasn't wildly wrong.
You weren't
70s
wildly
sensibility
wrong.
was there. It was the cusp of the 80s. So, okay.
Late night quilt nerd. My great cats. I wish we could do a quilt nerd after dark.
Nerd after dark.
Bonnie's like, I'm staying for that. I'm staying for that. Yeah, exactly. And Rockstock says 80s Dutch African prints. You know what? I don't know much more about this quilt. I scanned it in from the quilt engagement calendar. I found so many good quilts for this particular show. I was like, this is great. It wasn't all from there, but anyway.
Are there more?
Oh yeah, we got you're enjoying this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so am I. So and then we're gonna listen to bagpipe music, and then that's
Okay.
I mean, we can just stay up all night. I don't care. I love doing this. So Kitty Hannah's like, they look like 60s, but sometimes 30s prints look like the 60s. A number of people said, it could be Art Deco, it could be earlier, but yeah, 1975. Okay, next quilt. I wanted to. This
love
is
it.
not from the quilt engagement calendar. This is one of my favorite quilts.
That's great.
Ever.
It's great.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a baby quilt.
no, you know what it is? It's a dude who like was so into his girlfriend, he took a quilting class and he made a quilt for his baby.
Listen, I
He's like,
wondered. Didn't we talk about this?
This is how
Hey,
he won
did you
her
and-
over.
Did we talk about this in Slack? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this quilt. I love this quilt so much. It's so strange for a baby
It's-
quilt.
Yeah.
Yep.
strange.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this on the show before?
We did. I don't remember what, like, in what context, if it was the book it was in or.
Yes,
It was-
I think we did, because remember I was like, what is this man? Like, this is like, He's jumping. Like, why does this baby quilt have like tigers and scissors on it? Like, what's up with that? Like,
And a
yeah,
coffee
now I
grinder.
remember. Yeah, yeah. So it's a little crazy. But what are people saying? You know,
Yeah,
so
what is it?
1910. Kenny says it looks Victorian.
Yeah.
1875.
Dating, living, yeah.
Episode on dating fabrics and how you can tell. Totally love it.
Cowboy called me.
Cowboy called back. Hey, baby. You're. Rothfuss revising to.
Because maybe you wouldn't know. It's like, who is this small human wrapped in this thing? Oh, it's the baby. Thank God we have a label. Otherwise, I just thought it was a very small dwarf.
Exactly. It's just a small person. My Great Cats, I got no clue. Kitty Hannah's going with 50s. The westerns were really big. I can see a cowboy nursery in the 50s. Oh,
With
I
a
love these
little
guesses.
kid with that iconic like red cowboy hat with the white whip stitching around the rim.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Red Ryder BB gun. You know?
Absolutely.
So this one is.
Can I just say?
Oh yeah, no, you gotta say. You gotta say. Sorry.
I think it either is exactly what it looks like and is like a like mid to late 1800s kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Mid to late 1800s. Okay.
Right. I mean, I see like, or it is a modern, like hipster refiguring of such a thing. But the thing is, it's all
Interesting.
decayed. Like there's fabric. There's no, I
Yeah.
think it is old. So like,
Okay. Keep going.
because
keep
there's a
going
coffee
some
grinder,
things.
there's a pocket watch,
Mm-hmm.
there's a boot with a pull tab on it.
Mm-hmm.
This says to me 1820s to 1900.
Okay. 1820s to 1900. Love it. You are. It's 1880. 1880. You're feeling so good. I love it when you get it right and you're like, ha ha!
I knew it.
It's great.
I
It's
was
great.
finally close. I said 1890s, so
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
finally close.
Take said 1890s. You know, the Victorian era, late 1800s. So you got like 1875.
But this wasn't urban. This is not an urban quilt. This is a quilt that was made in the hinterland somewhere. This was like in the territories. Like,
Yeah.
there's no territories in that point. But that's what I'm saying. Like this was not.
Mhm.
No, this is not a Boston quilt. This quilt did not come out of Boston or New York. It came out of like Oklahoma.
Yeah, maybe
Do we know?
maybe so. We don't know. I don't know
The
at this
Wild
time.
West.
The Wild
The
West.
West.
It seems like that. I want to show you this, by the way. Speaking of that,
Health to the little stranger.
this is one of my favorite things that I've ever seen, ever. I say that a lot, but I love a lot of like really. I see a lot of wonderful things because I look at quilts all the time, so I have like a lot of really
Sure.
wonderful things that I love. So this quilt that had baby on it, and it's like got cool stuff, and there's black in it, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's so cool. And when you look at things that were made for kids, and they used to really look different. I mean, they really did, because kids had a
Yeah.
different life, and of course you could do a whole show on like it could be called like. Well, history nerd, but like child nerd. That's terrible. But like the way that the quilts have changed reflect a lot of things about how kids have changed. You look at a quilt today; it's like all like novelty prints and it's all branded. A lot of times, and then you have these sunburst quilts, from 1900 that are just like wow, like totally different. Anyway, this little pillow, health to the little stranger, like the little stranger.
Which
That
is
isn't
exactly-
that beautiful?
It is. And it also is way more realistic than like, oh my gosh, little angel, whatever. It's like, no, they've got colic. We don't know who this is. This is a creature that's been downloaded into our house. We gotta figure it out.
Yeah, well, and it's like...
Yeah, but that's precious.
It's precious. I mean, and every child is a stranger.
No.
And this, do you see that? 1784.
Wow.
1784. Health cake. Do you love this or what?
Yeah, I've done some research on these.
Yeah?
Yes, they are so fantastic. Yes, they are kind of like a weird flex. They're
Yeah.
they're like it kind of showed and they're amazingly well preserved for the dates that they're like the ones that they're in museums and stuff.
Yeah.
Amazingly well preserved. Those are pins.
Oh!
They make that design with pins.
I wondered about the
They're not
edge.
beads, they're
Oh,
pins.
wow.
And they're like the old-fashioned handmade pins. So it's kind of like a weird flex. If you had enough pins to make this thing
Really?
have it made, then yeah, you were giving this very fine baby gift. And they also had
Wow.
an old wives' tale that to have something about the pins and child labor. I know there was a thing about scissors, but there was also a thing about pins and
Oh,
the paint or something.
wow.
Yeah.
And yes, M. Sujan, I was like, that's definitely a palm tree, but someone who probably never actually saw one.
Well, but but sometimes, yeah, 'cause Stephanie, what do you know? What do you know about that?
Well, I mean, it could be in the Carolinas or
Yeah.
south of there. I I mean, what Georgia, like, I mean, they have
Oh yeah,
cultures
we're
over
of course.
there,
Yes,
but,
yes, yes, yes. Good.
Yeah.
you know, during those days. But yeah, I mean, this was, it was a pincushion that was not to be used. Because
That
you
is
had to keep it
amazing.
Right. So yeah,
And I'm
it's-
assuming
it's
those
a-
are brass pins, probably.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Wow.
the process for making them is really interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
fascinating.
You know what? We haven't played this yet. That's the nerd award. I mean, when you're especially smart on the
Incredibly
show,
nerdy. Yeah.
it's very good. That is amazing information. Thank you so much. That's so cool.
Well, you know what?
Only
Yeah.
I think Catherine just said it could be a weeping willow, and I think that might be right.
Oh,
Yes,
right
I think it might be, and we see this. I
Because that
just
time period, the willows were.
yeah, and I saw that motif just recently in a quilt. And it was kind of a thing that, like, you know, thing that goes like this. Well, that is
Susanna makes
fascinating.
says only referring to babies as little stranger now. Same.
Susanna's here. See, Susanna's in Q8. She's waking up.
Oh, right on.
Only referring to babies as little stranger. Well, look at your sweet little stranger. Actually, it is kind of cool.
Yeah. Like, who you gonna turn out to be?
Who are you going to turn out to be?
Be
Literal
cool?
pincushion.
Be a jerk? Like, who you gonna be?
Susanna is like, there's cake and there's pie.
Oh, that's
Susanna's pie.
Okay, right on.
Susanna, it's really good to see you. I wish I could see you. I'm looking into the void, but I see you. I'm so glad you're here. So this has been a crackup show. So anyway, and we're gonna wrap it up here in just a minute. But is there a name for that? The use of pins? I don't know. Beside a pincushion, yeah. I'm not
So
sure.
these pins are just inserted.
Pillows.
Sorry. What'd you say?
They called them pin pillows.
Pin pillows. Interesting.
Yeah, but I don't think that was specific to this thing. I think it was just anything that was like a big pin cushion. They called it pin pillow.
Interesting. Okay, so here is. This is the last one. I thought I had another one, but actually, we want to look at that because I mean I could go all night. But anyway, so I wanted to show you this. This is not necessarily. I just loved it because of the name of this book. But anyway,
What's the name?
The Pineapple of Hospitality.
Oh my god.
The
But
Pineapple of
you know about
Hospitality.
the pineapple.
Tell me.
The pineapple of hospitality arrives when you're ready for people to get the hell out of your house.
Really?
Yeah. You put out a pineapple, like you've got guests.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Once the pineapple shows up, they know it's time to go.
That's right. But then what about the pineapples over the doors and things? Because you have pineapples like in like.
But
the-
also depends on where you're operating from.
Well,
Like
yeah,
there's different cultural
Oh.
interpretations. It's usually linked to hospitality, either like, please come in, hang out, or otherwise like,
Well, and
Well,
yeah.
you know, that's the international. That's the
What?
the universal, like the Midwestern signal for like,
Oh, yeah.
get out of my house.
It's this.
like,
Let's
well,
do it together.
Well,
Well,
and then like, yeah, I better get on it. We better hit the road. But
Well.
then when the host says, well, and slaps the thighs, then you know it's like,
yes. It's,
Go home.
That's the sound of the door that it's going to happen soon. But here's the thing. Now I also know that pineapples were very, 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 very valuable.
very expensive.
Very expensive because they were not so easily gotten.
Right.
So it was also a symbol of like wealth, right? So I'm sure a lot of people are going to know about pineapple
Real quick.
lore. Yes, you see a sign
Somebody
of
asked
wealth.
about
Robin
crisps.
said. Oh, crisps. Yes. Who
There's
asked?
two kinds of crisps afoot.
You ate all the crisps. No,
They're
you
good.
didn't. I've been eating crisps.
Yeah. So it's it's those kettle cooked.
Pepperoncini.
There's pepperoncini and then truffle and sea
Truffle.
salt.
Oh yeah, the truffle and sea salt. Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
Highly
I like
recommend.
it.
And I
So-
never eat crisps, so the fact that you're here, I mean, this is more salt than I've consumed in the last, I don't know, fiscal year.
We're gonna feel awesome in the morning.
Sure.
By the way, people are guessing the
Oh.
years, and so we're gonna get to there. But I will say that Hannah asked me, she's like, do you need anything? Like, should I lay in any supplies before you get here? And I was like, It's like, well, I do like some red wine and some crisps.
Just some Malbec and some good crisps.
That's right. That's what I
And what
said.
was there?
Malbec and
Malbec
crisps.
crisps.
Yeah. So Rafa Waffle says, well, slap is 100% accurate.
Well, yep.
Well, we'll
And
do
like-
it at the end.
And like, your line is, we better hit the road.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, better go. Get
All right,
late.
so the
Yeah.
pineapple of hospitality, 1860 to 1870, right there,
would've said that.
just before the baby quilt,
Yep.
just after, just before the baby quilt, just before the sunburst, but the pineapple of hospitality. And I love this block because look, they've got these wonderful little this little half square triangle thing
Yeah.
going on, right?
And the thing is, it says pineapple to me, but it doesn't look anything like a pineapple.
no, I mean not
at all.
Not really.
It looks like a kumquat.
A kumquat, the kumquat of hospitality.
Or an avocado crossed with a, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love, it's cool. It's very cute.
Okay, Myra's husband has yawned visibly to send a signal. Yes, lol.
Okay.
Okay. Only 100 years off. Pastrami Tacos is like, it's just 100 years off. Myra, God bless you. That's the end of our game tonight, and I know people are getting tired. We're cutting up, is what we are.
We're just cutting up.
We're cutting up, and it's so much fun. And so it's Saturday night, and next week, so we're gonna listen to bagpipes to take us out tonight. But I asked you if you could be on for anniversary week, and and you are going to be on. So on Tuesday night, Hannah's going to be back. We're going to do a giveaway. Steph, I know we're going to talk about like when all that's going to go down. But if you're a subscriber to the show, I really hope that you will tune in next week, because we have a show on Tuesday night, like normal, and we have a show on Friday night. The schedule is slightly different because next week is anniversary week, so it'll be a year that we've been doing this, and we're
Can I
doing
do this without messing something up? Because I'll find.
Yeah.
I'm messing things
it's
up.
okay.
Oh,
What-
no, you did
oh
that.
yeah, don't no, you did that. You definitely did that, but that's okay. I
Give me
think.
SoundCloud and I'll find the track.
Okay. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell the people about the things,
Okay.
and I'm gonna get you SoundCloud.
Okay.
You'll have to log in or something. Okay, go ahead.
have to.
And so next week the schedule's a little bit different. We have the Tuesday show, and then we have, instead of the Saturday night show, we're gonna have a Friday night show. And it is there was a typo in something, but Susanna had it right in the Discord, and we'll get it on the schedule tonight. Friday night, the actual anniversary date, August 5th, the anniversary of Quilt Nerd. The show is at 7 p.m. Central Time on Friday night. There isn't a show on Saturday. We're doing the big blowout on the actual day of the anniversary, which is August 5th. And August 6th is my birthday. And I know that Eric's wanting to take me out and celebrate, me and, the show and everything. So we're going to do the big party on Friday night. Lots of fun things, lots of excitement. And then Saturday is my day off, I guess, because it's my birthday. And and there's also going to be a bonus show, and I'm going to check in with Steph and Susanna to make sure all those things are okay. But I want to do next week, and I'll announce when soon, a daytime show for a bonus show for all the folks who can't tune in the evenings. So we'll do
Like
a
a
little
lunchtime.
lunch bunch.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out, and we'll make it happen. So just keep close. Follow the Quilt Nerd Show on Instagram. Follow me, Mary Fons. Follow Hannah, Amazon-esque.
Amazon-esque.
And we're gonna do all kinds of fun things next week. And now we are going to leave out with Hannah and bagpipes. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, everybody. Hugs and kisses with all the ingredients to all. Thanks, everybody. Okay, ready for those pipes. Let's listen. Just gonna cut that out, and we're gonna go here. Here we go. It's pretty good.
I mean, but wait till the bass drops. This is what I lift weights to.
Okay.
But even it gets better.
Good night, you guys.
Fucking nerd.
The people who are staying around are like,
Don't you want to just go storm the heath?
yes.
Oh, Robin says we need a Hannah playlist. I got you.
Oh, yeah. We can do
Gotcha.
that. We can do that.
For any mood. Yes.
It's good, right? Kay's a runner. I know that. She's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
We're Muppets. Okay, yeah, this is very good. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's good. I mean, I wouldn't lead you astray. I wouldn't tell you wrong.
It's really good. It's really good.
It's good hype music. I know.
It's really, yes, a Hannah playlist. Everybody wants a Hannah playlist.
I'll make it happen.
So first of all, so is this the SoundCloud link to this?
That song, yes.
To this song. So this song can be found right here.
Right here, free to stream.
Right there on SoundCloud, free to stream.
Planodroma, yeah, very good. It's or Planedonia is a good, yeah.
Amazing. That's amazing. I mean, I will be downloading and saving that as well.
Yep.
Hannah, thank you so much. Cake, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a crack-up show. We were on for a while, and I just
Always a crackup.
it's always a crack-up. And when there's two Fonzes, it's like, oh man, it's like
Yeah.
it's
Crackup times 2.
what's that? Crack-up times 2.
Crackup
Yes.
times 2.
Crack-up times 2. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Good night, and I will see you on Tuesday night. And I will have more Hannah too, and we will have more crazy hijinks for you. And I'm going to play another game with you.
Okay,
I really
that
liked
was
that.
super fun.
And everybody,
it was,
yes,
because everybody can
it
play.
was interactive. Everybody's playing. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
good.
Yes,
It's
that's
fun.
very good. Yes, let me think.
Awesome.
Okay, everybody. Good night to you, and be well. And we will see you
Tuesday.
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 Okay. Bye.
Bye.